machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash.
This summer, get outside and enjoy a quick round of golf at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Palatine. Twin Lakes features an executive 9-hole golf course with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec Area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050. Bender Dental Care, located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Bender Dental wants everyone to be informed, appreciated, and cared for at all times. To prove it, they now offer a new patient exam for just $29. That includes consult, x-ray, exam, and cleaning. Let Bender Dental help you have healthy teeth and gums for a lifetime. Located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Visit benderdentalcare.com.
It is 6:06. It is a Wednesday morning, live from downtown Elgin. It's Studio 14, and this is the first shift. And I'm Marky B reporting. And the first shift starts on this Wednesday morning, July 17th, with our Pledge of Allegiance and with our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And a good Wednesday morning to you from WRMN and from the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast, and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin Trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for the first shift on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
find the I knew I'd find the right pot eventually. Which one of these makes it go down? Welcome to the first shift here at WRMN. And I'm like, why isn't that working? Well, it's early, you know. It's 10 past 6 here at WRMN on a Wednesday morning. Just staring at this board going, okay, I'm fading, and the music's staying the same level. Now I know. Now I remember. How you feeling today? It's a Wednesday. It's a good feel-good day, I think, here in the Fox River Valley. As last night we didn't have storms. I think we deserved a break after all the storms that we've had the last few nights, as I think we're going into a calm weather trend for the next several days. And so we deserve that. We're at fair skies and 70 degrees right now. As we get this hour underway, let's check that Fox Valley forecast right off the bat here so I don't forget. Sunshine today with a high of 80. How about that? A high of 80 degrees. Nice and a little bit cooler. It should feel fabulous, and lots of sunshine and really no rain in the forecast. Clear skies tonight. Give that air conditioner a break. Down to 56 degrees for your overnight low tonight. Bust them windows open maybe and pat the air conditioner on its back and say, thanks for all you've done for me lately. You can have the evening off. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies and a high of 76. 56 again tomorrow night. And for Friday, sunshine with a high of 80 on Friday. Doesn't get much better than that. Saturday, sunshine with a high of 81. And on Sunday, partly sunny skies and a high of 82. And so no rain in this immediate forecast and very mild temperatures and beautiful, beautiful for the 17th day of July as we get into it today. It is 7/17/2024. That's the score, day 199 of the year, the 29th week and the third quarter. And welcome to the first shift here on a Wednesday. On this Wednesday show, we hope to hear from you via several different methods of reaching out. There's always the old phone, 847-931-1410 if you want to give us a call. 847-931-1410. That's one way of reaching out. The Beehive Bar and Grill has opened up. If you would like to be a part of the buzz this morning, then get in on that. That would be YouTube. That's my cute way of saying chat room YouTube. You know, I'm trying to use my imagination a little bit. The Beehive Bar and Grill. So jump in and say hey this morning on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Watch the show. If that's the best way of doing that in your life. And on YouTube early today, the king of YouTube is the Big Boss Man. He checked in this morning at 5:53, right after I set up the broadcast. And the Big Boss Man sends us a pile of prayers for our prayer scoreboard today to get us started off. "20 prayers on the prayer scoreboard from the Big Boss Man." Good morning, Marky B and Larry. Have a great day. Becky Blue is in the house. Good morning, Becky. Thanks for watching and saying hey on YouTube today. She says hello and happy Wednesday, first shifters. Have an awesome day. Plenty of sunshine from me to you as I speak for Becky Blue. Thanks, Becky Blue, for all you do for the show, which is just be here, and that's important. And the Big Boss Man mentioned Larry. Larry will be in a little while. Let's talk about what's happening on the show today. It's kind of a simple agenda. On Larry Days, we roll with the punches. It's a little more magazine style. We hope to hear from you. What is magazine style? I don't know. We just discuss things. We discuss things with you. We don't have the tight agenda that I usually use when I'm by myself. We're a little looser around here. But we'll catch lots of news throughout the morning. Bottom of the hour, we'll see if we have some fresh bottom of the hour news and sports for you. I don't have a clue who won the Major League Baseball All-Star game last night. Somewhere along the line, 5 to 10 years ago, I just stopped caring about that. I eliminated that from my sports needs, watching the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. I've eliminated a lot of my sports needs over the years, really. I need to try to get excited about some sports again, I think. Still follow the Cubs, and I still follow the National Football League to a certain degree, but a lot of other sports and things, levels of sports that I used to follow, I just do not anymore. NBA, never have been to the NHL too much, but I might come around to that in the coming years. But I've been saying that for a number of years now. Never been a big NASCAR fan. I tried when I lived in the South to start watching it a little bit, but just couldn't lock in on it. College football, college basketball. I used to be a little more of a fan of those two things, but it's kind of faded. But the Major League All-Star game last night, maybe we can talk about it. You'll have to do the talking because I don't know what happened. 6:16 here at WRMN. My focus has changed a little bit more towards, I don't know, local issues, local things, life, things that happen in life. Because I certainly don't watch much TV either. Although I did watch about 20 or 30 minutes of the Republican National Convention last night. I didn't sit down till about in front of the TV till about 8:20 or 8:30, I think. And wasn't really intending on watching that, but it popped up in front of my face on TV as an option. So I clicked it and started watching it. And when I started watching it, the first speaker, the speaker that was on stage at the time, was Nikki Haley. And I thought, well, this is pretty interesting. Nikki Haley, who ran against Donald Trump in the primary. Of course, she is now backing Donald Trump. That's the way those things work, right? Well, I guess that's the way it kind of has to work. If you have similar beliefs, but you feel like you're the better candidate, you can run against that candidate. But if you lose, then the natural thing most of the time to do would be back that candidate in the same party. So Nikki Haley was there, and then Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, spoke after Nikki, and I saw Ron speak. They both were pretty solid. I actually like Nikki's speech a little more than Ron's, I think, but they were good. Watched Donald Trump with the big old flap over his ear, sitting there nodding his head, talking to J.D. Vance, his running mate, who was sitting next to him in the box, the penalty box. So I thought that was kind of fascinating. We could touch on that a little bit with our conversation this morning between 7 and 9. Also on the show today, what else? Maybe a haiku. I'll use Blackhawks Brad's word of the day to try to come up with one of those. Let's see what the word of the day is from Blackhawks Brad. And see if we can make a haiku out of that. BHB chimes in old school way via my cell phone. And the word of the day, I may not be making a haiku out of this. It looks tough. The word of the day is Sibylline. Sibylline. Mysterious. Cryptic. All right. Give it a shot if you want to. Sibylline. Sibylline. Let's win this day, says Blackhawks Brad. I believe we can do that, especially with sunshine and 80 degrees. The American flag flies, the eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River, and a prayer from Blackhawks Brad. Prayer number 21 on the prayer scoreboard. While we're at it, let's go ahead and stamp the show today. Tony Cool does that. And Tony Cool lets us know today that this is staff meeting number 133 of 2024. That would be 1,090 since we started counting. The 133rd staff meeting of the year. We'll check our dumb daily holidays of the day. I'll have some bottom of the hour news. I'll add some news of my own. And we'll have our staff meeting. You can always text our new information line, 505-926-1410, the number to text, 505-926-1410, another way to reach out to us during the show today, if that makes sense for you, either YouTube or the text line, 505-926-1410, or by calling the show at 847-931-1410. On this day in music history, quite a few options for me today as far as what kind of music to play on the show. A couple of bands caught my eye today that we haven't played much of lately. And so, we're going to start with some America this morning. On this date in 1952, American drummer and recording, mixing, and mastering engineer Chet McCracken was born, I guess. With the Doobie Brothers, Chet McCracken was a part of the band that had the 1979 U.S. #1 single, What a Fool Believes. I heard that song on a recent camping trip 3 different times in the same weekend. Thought that was kind of odd. As a session drummer, he worked with Stevie Nicks, Rita Coolidge, Hank Williams Jr., Joe Walsh, Michael McDonald, Jim Messina, Eric Carmen, and many others, giving me many options of songs that I can use involving Chet McCracken and bands that he performed alongside. So today, in honor of the birthday of Chet McCracken, we'll start this morning with a good morning song, I think. It's America. You can do magic. It's a first shift, and we can do magic. We can make magic happen. We keep it together.
Believed in things I couldn't see. I said if I can't feel it, how can it be? No magic could happen to me. And then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. And when the rain is beating upon the window pane, and when the night gets so cold, when I can't sleep, again you come to me. I hold you tight, the rain disappears. Oh, what believing? With a word you dry my tears. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can
You can do magic. And we're trying to make some magic happen here at WRMN in the coming months, in the coming years, celebrating 75 years of being here for you in Elgin and the Fox River Valley. Pretty Elgin-centric for a long time, trying to spread our wings a little more and become a little more well-known outside of the city of Elgin, although we're certainly going to keep on focusing on our great city of Elgin, too. It's 6:25. Beautiful Wednesday morning outside. This hour we are looking at 70 degrees, so we're 68 now. We dropped back to 68 with fair skies. It's going to be a nice day. Leaves are fluttering a bit outside this morning. Just a small breeze out of the northwest at 7 miles an hour. The dumb daily holidays today, well, this should be on the 4th of July probably, but it's today. National Hot Dog Day. National Hot Dog Day started by North American Meat Institute. Yeah, I want to join the North American Meat Institute. It began being promoted and organized by the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council after they were created by the Institute in 1994. The day coincides with the annual hot dog lunch at Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., which is also sponsored by the North American Meat Institute. Yeah. The lunch, which has taken place for decades, is a large hot dog picnic attended by lawmakers, administration officials, and Capitol Hill staff. The goal of the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council is for similar smaller events to be held around the country. Many national and local retailers have sponsored deals on the day, so have some hot dogs today, maybe, on National Hot Dog Day. It is World Emoji Day. Oh boy. You sick of emojis? Now your phone's got many hundreds of choices of emojis that you can use in your text messaging. I really don't do that very often. I just try to send a simple message. This new phone still has me a little perplexed because I don't sit down and take the time to study it. I'm just trying to learn as I go. I can't find like the question mark on my new phone or the exclamation mark. So I've just been giving up. In recent text messages yesterday, I was texting actually with the race timer for the Rapid Response 5K. Julie, who has put together our race timing system that allows us to figure out, what everybody's time is. And I wanted to talk to her about a couple things, so I called her late in the afternoon. We're going to talk later on today, but I asked a question in my text message, and I was hoping she would understand that was a question. I couldn't find the question mark. So it was more like a statement, but I think she figured it out. It was a question, not a statement. I'll work on that. In the meantime, emojis are everywhere. World Emoji Day. The emoji queen, believe it or not, is wonderful Wilma on this show. It's a day to celebrate all emojis and to use and spread the enjoyment of their use to others. July 17th was chosen for this date of the holiday because the question mark calendar emoji has that date on it. Okay. The question calendar emoji? The calendar has July 17th on it because it was on that date in 2002 that iCal for Mac was announced, whatever that is. World Emoji Day was created in 2014 by Jeremy Burge, the founder of Emojipedia, a site that keeps track of all emojis and their definitions. Emojipedia. Wonder where world Jeremy Burge lives. He sounds like an interesting fella to have on a show one day. Talk about Emojipedia. The man in the orange Jeep just went by. He doesn't really have, he needs to listen to WRMN. It looks like he would be a WRMN listener. Who looks like they would be a WRMN listener? I don't know, you decide. But the guy in the orange Jeep looks like he would be a WRMN listener. But I'm not sure he's come around to us yet. We have to flag him down one day. He's got an older orange Jeep. In the summertime, he drives it by the station every day about this time. Doesn't really have a top on it. I imagine he keeps it in the garage and only uses it on days when it's perfectly nice. I'm not sure what year his Jeep is, but I'm sure it's from the 80s or 90s is what it looks like to me. It's 6:31 here at WRMN, AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube on World Emoji Day and National Hot Dog Day. We'll see what No Nickname John's got for us in just a few moments. All right, now what I've got for you is some news. Fair skies and 68 degrees here in downtown Elgin and in the Fox River Valley this morning, right here on the Talk of the Town, where WRMN News Time is 6:31. It's the 17th day of July. Good morning.
With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. A shots fired incident on Tuesday has led to the arrest of 21-year-old Luis G. Flores. Elgin police responding to reports of gunfire on Cooper Avenue apprehended Flores, who is now facing multiple charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, alongside a charge of DUI. The Elgin Police Department is set to conclude this season's Walk and Talk series on July 18th, starting at 10 a.m. near the intersection of Linden Avenue and Forest Avenue. Community members are, of course, invited to come and engage directly with local law enforcement during the Walk and Talk event. Governor J.B. Pritzker yesterday, alongside the Illinois Department of Transportation, inaugurated a new campus for PACE. The $40 million initiative, funded through a combination of local, state, and federal money, is part of the Rebuild Illinois program and is set to invest in electric busing in Illinois. With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
This summer, get outside and enjoy a quick round of golf at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Palatine. Twin Lakes features an executive 9-hole golf course with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
This is the guy that will take the extra base if he puts it in play, and this one may be out of play. He smacks one to right, and it is way out of hear.
The action courtesy ESPN Radio in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game Tuesday, the American League with a 5-3 win over the National League. Boston's Jarren Duran hit a tie-breaking two-run homer in the fifth and was awarded the MVP trophy, which is named after Red Sox legend Ted Williams. The American League has won 10 of the past 11 All-Star games. Pittsburgh rookie Paul Skeens started for the National League. He tossed a hitless first inning. Dodger star Shohei Ohtani went deep with a 3-run homer. Yankees star Juan Soto hit a 2-run double, then scored on David Fry's single to tie the score at 3-3 in the third for the American League. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
As part of summer's greatest hits, it's the first ever Macy's All-Star Week. Join us for an incredible lineup of live events in store every day, like fashion shows, beauty demos, and more fun for the family. Now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Plus, shop our best summer deals, like 50% off swim, sandals, and more. And exclusives just for Star Rewards members. You don't want to miss this. Go to Macys.com/events to see what's at your local store. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
Hey, welcome back to the show. 6:37 here at WRMN on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Larry Jones is here. He's stretching out his vocal cords outside right now. Talking to our peeps, our first shifters. Gregarious Gina is outside looking at her phone. She does that a lot. You women always looking at your phones. Downtown Jose, sitting outside, chilling. He does that a lot. 6:37 here at WRMN on a Wednesday morning. All right, what else is happening? We are on YouTube, as I mentioned, and we're going to get into our staff meeting a little bit before the 7 o'clock hour. Let's check and see what I have in the news for you this morning. As we continue the show, don't forget this morning at 10, Brian Kilmeade. We do have a more music hour today on a Wednesday, so if you like the music that we play here on the morning show, today could be one of those days that you might enjoy the 9 o'clock hour, as it's the more music hour today, and I have lots of choices of artists to play, so should be a pretty good music hour. You can always make a request if you want to on YouTube or via text message at 505-926-1410 on the information line, or by calling the station as well at 847-931-1410. 10 o'clock this morning, Brian Kilmeade. I'm sure he'll continue to cover the Republican National Convention from Milwaukee, which we might talk about a little bit next hour. We'll see. And at noon today, Sonar takes you between 12 and 2. Thanks to Jeff Myers and John Grohowski for joining us on the show yesterday in the 1 o'clock hour to talk about the casino, the Grand Victoria Casino, its impact on Elgin, and the big day which took place back yesterday in 1994, the launching of the boat onto the Fox River. Good morning to the Robles one, Robles Ralph. He just drove by the radio station. He's on the Honkers log this morning at 6:39. Studio 14 Naked Eye Cam was activated this morning at 5:33. Pretty good activation time. I was happy with that. I didn't catch any lights on the way in today, and in fact, I even made it through the Chicago Street light. Didn't have to deal with Debbie this morning. The Chicago Street and 31 light. I'm not sure she was even out this morning, honestly. I didn't have a chance to look. I was cruising through the intersection, trying to make sure I made it before the train came. on the Honkers log this morning, friend of Brenda. She's in the Hut this morning. If you want to go see her, the Hut, the little convenience store next to Eaton's Redwood Inn, where the good people hang out. In the Hut and at Eaton's Redwood Inn, over there by the tracks. Which one's on the right side of the tracks? Which one's on the wrong side of the tracks? That is the entranceway to downtown Elgin, you know. Friend of Brenda, have a great day. Thanks for the smile as she drove by this morning at 6:02. Gregarious Gina's outside. 6:07 was her first sighting this morning by me as she approached the radio station. At 6:32, we had downtown Jose. He's walking over from Action Alley right now. I guess he was throwing something away in the dumpster over there. They're lucky enough to have a dumpster on the other side of the street. We don't have one over here. Actually, I think we're the lucky ones. Anna the Chairman, Director of Foreign Affairs, is now outside. She just walked up about 6:37. And Robles Ralph at 6:39. And now we have certified, comforting Kathleen, waving at me at 6:41, the leader of the band. So the band is here, and we're on our way. 6:41 here at WRMN. All right, getting into the news a little bit. You heard our news guy, obviously referring to the Elgin Police Department Facebook page. Speaking of the police department, at 6:41, badge 245 runs by. Jim Lally, north to south on your radio dial. EPD number 2024-42401. July 9th, 8 days ago. Remember this one? 2:50 in the morning. Officers responded to the 600 block of Cooper Avenue on the east side for a report of shots fired. That's close to the Neenah neighborhood. Might be actually in the Neenah neighborhood, the near north neighborhood of downtown Elgin. Upon arrival, officers confirmed that shots fired had occurred back on July 9th at 2:50 in the morning. A subject was taken into custody at that time, so they got somebody, which is kind of rare on a shots fired, at least getting them at that time. After further investigation, the Kane County State's Attorney's Office have charged 21-year-old Luis Flores of the 600 block of Cooper Avenue with the following. Luis, charged with reckless discharge of a firearm, a Class 4 felony. 3 counts of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, a Class 4 felony. DUI. Oh, so he had a car with him, I guess. He was driving. Mr. Flores was transported to the Kane County Jail on Wednesday, the 10th of July, for a pre-trial detention hearing where the judge ordered Mr. Flores to be released pending a future court date. So Flores is out waiting for his court date now. But that came down from the Elgin Police Department on their Facebook page. We have the Bender Dental feel-good story of the day coming up in about 20 minutes. We got a few options this morning to choose from to use for our Bender Dental feel-good story of the day. I think maybe today's option I'll choose the expansion of Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. A big story in the Herald about that. Speaking of the Herald, they had a problem yesterday morning. We obviously can relate. We've had some problems technically and whatnot here on WRMN from time to time, so I certainly can sympathize with a fellow media outlet's problems. But their chairman wrote like a letter in the Herald yesterday to the readers. They didn't put a paper out yesterday morning. The e-paper was out, but not the actual physical print paper. So I thought this was interesting. I thought I'd bring that up with Larry. Maybe next hour we could talk about that a little bit. 847-931-1410. Storms knocked the power out at print time at the facility, I guess, where they print. And so they didn't crank out an actual physical newspaper. I think it's only the second time The chairman said that it's ever happened with all the storms we had the night before last. Well, certainly we can relate and sympathize with the newspaper. We all kind of fight together in our media world. We should anyway, especially newspapers and small radio stations like ours. 6:45 here at WRMN. In other news, I titled this one, fairly or unfairly, I don't know, but the title that I put for this story is, You Gotta Parent the Kids. I mean, you decide. But the title that I chose for this story, You Gotta Parent the Kids. A 13-year-old boy suffered minor injuries Monday afternoon when the motorcycle he was riding illegally near the intersection of Old Salem Road and Taft Circle in Hanover Park collided with a car. So there you go. Now you get my headline. I guess your 13-year-old could get a hold of a motorcycle without you knowing it, if you're a parent. Hanover Park police said two boys were riding mini bike type motorcycles on Old Salem Road when the crash occurred at about 3:30 in the afternoon on Monday. Only one boy was struck, but he became pinned under the vehicle. Firefighters were able to use airbags to lift the vehicle off of the boy, who was wearing a helmet. So he did have a helmet on, but he was only 13, riding a mini bike on the road. The boy was transported to a hospital. His injuries are not considered life-threatening. The boys were cited for illegally operating the mini bikes on the street. The driver of the car was also cited, but for a registration issue. So even the driver that wouldn't have even been involved in that altercation had it not been for the 13-year-olds riding their mini bikes. He was doing something wrong, too. He had a registration issue. 6:47 here at WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. We're perusing the news here at Hour 1 of the first shift today. What time is it? It's crime time. Crime time. This story actually is about a day or two old, but it's still news if I haven't read it to you yet. How about that? Because this is where you get your news, right? Well, it should be, or we hope that it will be, moving forward as we reach out to more different ways of grabbing stories every day and sharing them with you here in the Fox River Valley and beyond. This one, it's a sad story. Murdering your mama. A man who murdered his 93-year-old mother was sentenced on Monday to 27 years in prison. Edward Mitzelfeld, who should have never been free, it sounds like, 69 years old and mentally messed up for a long time, apparently, was found guilty but mentally ill by DuPage County Judge Daniel Gurin back in April. Lawyers for Mitzelfeld, who has schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder with bipolar tendencies, argued during the trial that he was insane at the time he stabbed Frances Kelly in the kitchen of the home they shared in Bartlett. Mitzelfeld had been treated by a psychiatrist and participated in mental health programs, both at the DuPage County Health Department, for more than 20 years before the program was discontinued. At the time of the murder, he was being seen as by a primary care physician, mostly to treat diabetes. Mitzelfeld had been diagnosed 30 years ago. He told police his mother had sent power surges into his head, causing headaches. I hate it when that happens. He said his mother promised to stop doing so, but reneged on the promise. Son, I will stop sending power surges to your head. During the trial, prosecutors said Kelly had dementia. That's the mother, Frances Kelly. Mitzelfeld grew tired of her nagging and criticizing him, said Assistant State's Attorney Elisa Rabulinski, citing that as a motive for his murder. Mitzelfeld stabbed Kelly at least 12 times. Several days before the killing, Mitzelfeld said persons unknown had taken over his car and caused him to crash at more than 100 miles an hour near Normal, Illinois. Of all places, for a guy that was anything but normal. Someone took over his car. He was driving it, but he didn't control it anymore. He visited the Bartlett Police Department to report spirits were in his car because of a curse his mother had put on him back in the 1990s.
Wow.
I know, right? Wow, guy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mitzelfeld also told police he heard voices telling him to make wrong turns while walking home from a sandwich shop the day of the killing.
Wow.
A defense psychiatrist said Mitzelfeld was in and out of psychosis on the day of the murder.
Wow.
Wow. His mother sent power surges to his head.
Wow.
Okay, well, he gets 27 years in prison. His mom was at least 93 years old when this happened. Still sad, but 6:51 here at WRMN. Okay, well, let's head to the Beehive Bar and Grill for a moment, see what the buzz is all about today. We've said good morning to the Big Boss Man and Becky Blue. Cartman Dan checking in. Good morning, everyone. I'm flying home later today from Oceanside, California, says the Cartman. My friend wanted to go to Tijuana. I said, no thanks. I live in Mexico. He didn't understand. I think I'll leave that one alone. It's 6:52 here at WRMN. Thanks, Cartman Dan. Have a safe flight home. Tell the pilot I said, hey, don't crash the plane. Captain Keith, senior engineer, Elgin High, class 1978, back when life was great and I was 8. Have a great Wednesday, shifters. All shifters matter in the eyes of the captain. Captain Keith. Linda Carter checking in. Good morning, first shifters. Welcome back to Wednesday. Have a blessed day, says LC. Sending one prayer. And then she says, good morning, Larry J. Welcome back to Wednesday. Have a blessed day. Sending another prayer. Linda Carter checking in. Hi, Elsie. Thanks for listening every day. The Soto family's in the house. Good morning, Mark and the first shifters from Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, and Uncle Boom Boom checking in to the house. Raising the roof. 3 prayers, very quiet prayers, and 3 thumbs up. Thanks for checking in. Hector and the fam this morning. We got certified. She's bona fide, she's certified, she's clairvoyant, and she cares. Crazy Kathy. She says the show is kicking, smoking. All right. Got to push the bottom on the keyboard, like where we made stuffed capitals on keyboards maybe twice to find that elusive question mark on my new phone, says Crazy Kathy. I'll find it. Thanks for the advice. I'll get there eventually. Dennis D. Not So Young checks in. Good morning, first shifters. Have a great day from the Nightmare on Elm Street. He was sitting on my back porch with Kimmy D yesterday when I got home, chatting with Lorena in the backyard as Lorena tries to rescue a squirrel. A baby squirrel that fell out of the tree, some tree, during the storm the night before last, and so that was the fascination in the backyard last night. And I walked in the back. I was all crabby and grumpy from a long, long day at work. No, it was good. Good to see you, Dennis D. Not So Young, and Kimmy D. We thought about going to South Elgin last night, but Just couldn't do it. I still had homework to do when I got home, and I was hungry, and I just couldn't do it. So had to stay at the house last night. 6:55 here at WRMN. All right, well, no nickname John. Let's finish with no nickname John before we go into our song that takes us into the top of the hour. Good morning, First Shifters. It's World Emoji Day, says no nickname John, as I said too. And drummers all over are being arrested for emoji abuse. Really? Why? Why? They keep hitting the cymbals. They keep getting arrested for emoji abuse. They keep hitting the cymbals.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop now.
Shut up!
I think you're only getting a 6 on that one, no nickname John, on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, 6:56 here at WRMN. More of your comments throughout the day. We'll check the Beehive Bar and Grill and see what the buzz is all about. That's YouTube. We'll check the information line at 505-926-1410. But now, let's check out of this hour by checking into a little music from this day in history. Where should I go with this? Let's see. You heard some America earlier this hour. How about some James Brown? Why? Let's see. Why? Good question. James Brown was in the news on this day. But I can't tell you why. I gotta find a better system where I can find these things faster when I'm trying to introduce my music. 1965, July 17th, 1965, King Records recorded Papa's Got a Brand New Bag by James Brown, which went to sell over 2 million copies and received the Grammy Award for the Best Rhythm and Blues Recording. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, considered seminal in the emergence of funk music as a distinct style. James Brown at 6:57 on WRMN.
America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton Mill Park, South Elgin, Illinois. Join us Saturday, September 7th for America's First Responders Fest. The South Elgin event will pay tribute to veterans and all first responders. This year's event includes Rapid Response 5K and Fun Run starting at 10 a.m. The festival hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll have first responder stage tributes. There will be a classic car show from JP Car Shows. Live bands featuring Deacon Frost, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Jimmy Nick, and the Junkyard Groove. We'll broadcast live right here on WRMN 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. There will be food and beverage trucks, kids' activities, and market-style vendor booths. For more information and updates leading up to the event, please visit afrfest.org. Again, that's Saturday, September 7th. For more information, visit afrfest.org. That's America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin Time. 7 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. The Elgin Police Department is set to conclude this season's Walk and Talk series on July 18th, starting at 10 a.m. near the intersection of Linden Avenue and Forest Avenue. Community members are, of course, invited to come and engage directly with local law enforcement during the Walk and Talk event. Governor J.B. Pritzker yesterday, alongside the Illinois Department of Transportation, inaugurated a new campus for PACE. The $40 million initiative, funded through a combination of local, state, and federal money, is part of the Rebuild Illinois program and is set to invest in electric busing in Illinois. A shots fired incident on Tuesday has led to the arrest of 21-year-old Luis G. Flores. Elgin police, responding to reports of gunfire on Cooper Avenue, apprehended Flores, who is now facing multiple charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, alongside a charge of DUI. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of fun. Home to more than 2,200 animals, representing over 340 different species. The zoo educates, entertains, and inspires. Stomp back in time with the zoo's summer exhibit, Dinosaur Discovery, sponsored by Sendix Food Market. You'll be astounded by the gigantic and scientifically accurate animatronic displays. Touch, feel, and learn about the role of predators in the ecosystem. Running through October 5th. Visit milwaukeezoo.org.
Wow, it's here, the Kane County Fair, July 17th through the 21st in St. Charles. It's fun for everyone. Grandstand thrills, pro champion bull riders, demo derby, music on the Miller Lite soundstage, classic car show, and more. Always free parking. Kane County Fair, July 17th through the 21st in St. Charles at the Kane County Fairgrounds. Visit kanecountyfair.com. Wow, it's here, and it's fantastic. Brought to you in part by Ascension St. Joseph Elgin and Ascension Mercy Aurora and Miller Lite.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. At the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby on Monday, Dodgers star Teoscar Hernandez took the crown. He beat Kansas City Royals star Bobby Witt Jr. 14-13 in the final round to claim the $1 million prize. Hernandez was handed the official Derby winner's chain by his former Blue Jays teammate and 2023 Home Run Derby winner Vlad Guerrero Jr. Hernandez is the first Dodgers player and 7th Dominican-born player to win the Home Run Derby. He reached the finals, besting Philadelphia's Alec Bohm in a swing-off. Witt advanced to the finals, knocking Cleveland's Jose Ramirez out of the contest. The Baseball All-Star Game is tonight. Orioles ace Corbin Burns gets the start for the American League. Pirates rookie phenom Paul Skeens gets the nod for the National League. Bundle auto and home, renters, or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
As part of summer's greatest hits, it's the first ever Macy's All-Star Week. Join us for an incredible lineup of live events in store every day, like fashion shows, beauty demos, and more fun for the family. Now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Plus, shop our best summer deals, like 50% off swim, sandals, and more, and exclusives just for Star Rewards members. You don't want to miss this. Go to Macys.com/events to see what's at your local store. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables you just tossed, wash.
By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today. By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today.
It's 7:06 and it's time, as always, for the Bender Dental Feel-Good Story of the Day. Feel-Good Start to the Day, brought to you by Bender Dental, helping you start your day with a smile. Easy to smile this morning with the sunshine like this, with the temperature rising to 80 degrees today and with no rain in the forecast. Hard to smile with something in your throat, but I'll work on that. But on a day like today, a great idea might be to go to the zoo, huh? And Brookfield is zooming into the future. How do you like that? No nickname, John. Brookfield is zooming into the future. Brookfield Zoo Chicago aims to create the gateway to Africa, one of the many highlights of a bold $500 million plan to redesign nearly half the campus and expand its role, this thing is nagging my throat, in conservation science and research. When zoo leaders say they wanted to dream big in mapping out the next century plan, that's an understatement. Their goal is to put $400 million into improvements and another $100 million towards the zoo's endowment and maintenance. The plan reimagines the zoo as you know it. The zoo first opened gates 90 years ago in July. The grounds resembled a botanical garden. Looking to the 100th anniversary and beyond, Brookfield Zoo officials intend to keep that historical nucleus intact and repurpose familiar landmarks. The Bear Grotto rock work, for instance, could provide a backdrop for red pandas, sloth bears, sun bears, and wolverines. In a shift away from zoological garden park and traditional zoo design, the plan calls for a new thematic layout based on 14 ecoregions of the world. Those zones will represent a range of landscapes from the rugged terrain of the Himalayas to the scrublands of southwestern Australia. Zoo officials see Gateway to Africa as a 35-acre window into the continent's forests and savannas. It's a 15-year plan, which will unfold in 4 different phases at Brookfield Zoo. So a major overhaul taking place at the big zoo in Chicago in the coming years. And I guess that's good news if you're a fan of going to the zoo. It's the Feel Good Start to the Day, brought to you by Bender Dental, helping you start your day with a smile. 7:08 here at WRMN.
Bender Dental Care, located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Bender Dental wants everyone to be informed, appreciated, and cared for at all times. To prove it, they now offer a new patient exam for just $29. That includes consult, x-ray, exam, and cleaning. Let Bender Dental help you have healthy teeth and gums for a lifetime. Located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Visit benderdentalcare.com.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Blast Off! As Circus World boldly goes where no circus has gone before. Feel the big bang as Tina the Human Cannonball flies high.
Defy gravity with an upside-down rocketeer. Perky poodles, soaring aerial acts, plus camels, llamas, horses, and ponies orbiting the ring.
Jugglers, zany comedy, and space cadet music invite you to Blast Off! To family fun at Circus World.
Open Book joins the WRMN lineup every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. Tune in to Open Book with the Gale Borden Library as their team brings you the features and events the library offers. Educational, informational, and timely. Open Book includes the services Gale Borden Library offers, like the summer reading program. That's Open Book, every Monday at 1 p.m. with the Gale Borden Library. Brought to you thanks to KCT Credit Union, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Is it noon already? Take your lunch hour up a notch with Out to Lunch from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on WRMN 1410 AM. Unwind with the perfect blend of soothing sounds and lighthearted conversations that'll make every bite taste better. Whether you're in office or out on the town, let us serve up the best in radio company. Stream on the go with our app on Google and Apple. Because lunchtime is your time. Out to Lunch every day from 12 to 2 on WRMN 1410 AM, the talk of the town.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Look over yonder. What do you see? The sun is rising. Most definitely.
It's 7:13. Tommy James and the Shondells.
A new day is coming.
Taking us into a sunny Wednesday here at WRMN. AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube.
Ain't it beautiful? Ooh, crystal blue persuasion.
Crystal Blue Persuasion. I'm radio's Marky B, joined by local legend Larry Jones. Maybe now is the defining moment. Let's see if Larry is joining us. Hi, Larry.
No. Well, I'll be moving over to 3.
Moving on over. Yeah.
Day 2 of this. Day 2.
Yeah, you know, your volume's just low. The overall system on your headset's low. We'll have to adjust that. I got everything as high as I can get it, and you're still low.
We're as high as we can be.
See, now.
It's not. Can you hear it now?
I hear it fine now.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
You have to keep it close to your mouth.
Maybe it's the wire.
But still, I have it completely maxed out.
Yeah, that's not good.
So
let me just switch over. Okay.
You want to switch? 7:14 here at WRMN. AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Well, join us this morning on YouTube. Send in a message if you want to. We'll peruse the messages throughout the show today and see what's on your mind. Now, Now, Larry Jones has switched to mic number 3. Hi, Larry.
Morning, Mark.
Sounds good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Other than this hardship.
I know.
I'm good.
You demand perfection, buddy.
I do. But anyway, I'm here. You're here. We're here.
We got Tommy James and the Shondells.
My favorite Tommy James song.
I know.
Did you play that just for me?
Yeah.
What a kind, considerate man you are. I'm sorry that I ever said anything that would have, to the untrained ear, seemed derogatory about you.
I almost didn't want to waste that song on our show. I wanted to save it for my fun music hour.
I understand. The one after I leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
But I thought I'd put you in a good mood by starting it off. Yeah.
You think I don't always listen to you? Didn't I help you figure out your... Huh?
It wasn't that easy when I was at home messing with it.
Mark, I don't like to be the one to break it to you, but life doesn't get easier when you get here, just because you're here.
No, I had done something different. That doesn't make any sense. He was trying to, like Crazy Kathy last hour, was trying to help me figure out where my question mark is on my new phone.
Yes.
On my cell phone. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm texting somebody right now. And there it is. So that makes no sense. Okay. Now it's super easy to find. Wasn't that easy to find last night. Well, 847-931-1410 if you want to join us on the show here today.
And you should.
Sure. You always should, right?
You always should. Yeah.
And you can send a message in on YouTube. I'm messing with the size of the chat room thingy right now, so I can scroll up and down with the messages. Certified stop by. Hey, Crazy Kathy, thanks for the water. I'll add it to my full water that I already have here. Now I'll have 2 full waters. 716 here at WRMN. You could also send a text in at 505-926-1410 this morning and be a part of the show that way if you want to. Storms yesterday morning were the big conversation, Larry, but today, a nice, calm, peaceful, beautiful morning, huh?
It is a pretty morning, Mark.
And for a high of 80 today?
I was asking some people at golf yesterday if they remember a time in Elgin, and I used to years ago in my past life, I paid a great deal of attention when the storm warning sirens were set off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there was ever a time that they were set off 2 nights in a row. I'm not sure of that.
They went off on Sunday night and on Monday night.
Right. And which, I mean, I understand that it probably qualified for them to be set off. I always think that if they get set off too often, pretty soon
it won't make a big deal anymore.
Yeah, it's like the boy who cried wolf. You know,
it's got to be a tornado warning for those to be set off, right?
But some of the parameters they set off. Now, in the beginning, clearly, Elgin was in the middle of that whole thing. But sometimes they use, like, if there's a tornado warning in Kane County.
Yeah.
Well,
we're in Kane County.
No, I understand that, but it's a long county.
Right.
So it could be a tornado really warning for Montgomery.
Yeah.
And so the sirens get set off here. Yeah. I just think if they get set off too often, now people are bad enough about it anyway. They say take shelter, which in many people's mind is go out on your front porch and take a look around.
That's what it looked like. That's what it meant to me.
Me too. Now, years ago, though, because Patty had mobility issues, we didn't, we usually would listen to the warnings because it would take too long for her to get where it would be safe. But with me,
yeah. Well, we have our little tri-level home that we live in or whatever in Elgin Estates, so it's got a little basement area. Lorena's daughter was home that night, and she was home, so that they went down to the basement.
Yeah.
When the sirens went off, they were like, "Are you coming down?" I'm like,
"Yeah, we'll see. I may end up 2 blocks over. I don't know, right?"
Well, I may not be the speedster I once was, but I can get down 5 stairs twice from where I would be on the back porch to the basement, I would say in less than 10 seconds. So I would feel like I would have enough time if I really felt scared and this was on us in that moment, that I can in 10 seconds time get down to where I need to be. So I felt okay.
Good.
I wasn't too far away from the basement.
No.
and I was able to kind of watch it come in and watch my phone. But what I didn't understand is it was about 8:45, 8:55, something like that, the night before last. And it said that severe thunderstorm was reported in Hampshire or something like that. It could be the type of storm that could result in a tornado or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I thought a tornado warning was when a tornado was sighted.
But they've changed the parameters now. They'll do that if there's the type of weather and it's such a strong front, or they see like a hook in it, or rotation aloft, or it could be the kind of weather to produce it. That's the kind of thing I worry about, that it's like too much. If you hear it too often, it doesn't mean as much. It's still, I find it to be kind of eerie at night. I don't like them at night when you can't see things.
Right.
Now, Hampshire, theirs talk to you.
They do?
Yeah. They have like huge speakers.
Get into your basement immediately.
Kind of like that.
Really?
Kinda like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Now, that would really be scary.
Because I thought it was my phone the first time. The first night, I thought it was my phone.
Oh, you mean Huntley does that?
Huntley, they don't have a siren. They have this big block, at least at Fire Station 5, which is, I don't know, less than a mile from my house.
They have 5 fire stations in Huntley?
Oh, yeah, because their ambulances run a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. And
you got Route 47 right there, buddy. It's like we live by Randall Road. Same thing. You hear that stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, actually, my backyard, it's on the same street that fire station is as my very back street.
Oh.
So, but they're pretty quiet going to and from things,
Yeah.
But they have a lot of medical emergencies, a lot of them. A great place to live. Except I find having the big voice talking to me weird.
So no siren, but
there is a siren.
Oh,
and it goes off, and then all of a sudden you realize there's something talking too. There's my good friend Anna Lally.
Yeah, I know.
We're friends.
She was waving at me too.
No, she wasn't.
No, you only.
Yeah, she goes, "Hi, Larry," and "Hi, guy with Larry." That's what she was.
Oh, you could read her lips.
Yeah.
She said, "Hi, Larry," as she waved.
Yeah, and "Hi, guy with Larry." Yeah. Yeah.
7:22.
Yeah, I understand she's putting in to see if I can't just do her show with her. I don't want to. There's some secrets I can't let out, but that's in the mix right
She's
now.
asking Dino if you can replace me as the host.
No, you can still be the producer.
I can push the buttons.
It's the talking part she wants to get rid of. Just kidding. You know that. I'm just having fun. I survived 2 nights of storms.
I understand.
Yeah.
You gotta feel good about things.
You gotta, right?
After all that, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want the talking thing either.
I think it's weird. It's just weird. And, I played golf yesterday. I play golf with guys I've known forever, like forever. And I remarked that when we were young, and our listeners would probably remember that, if those sirens would have gone off on a non-test day, we would have thought the Russians were nuking us.
Right.
They were not used. They started their life as air raid sirens.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they morphed into being a warning siren. But in the beginning, they were all civil defense sirens, and we would have thought, this is it. If we were at school, we would have gone under our desks because they would have protected us.
Sure.
And
strong desks back in the day.
Back in the day.
That's back when they made desks.
That's when desks were. That's right. That's
out of real wood and stuff.
Real wood and iron from America. Maybe out of an old battleship or something. We don't know.
That is funny, getting under your desk.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
It'll protect your head a little bit, maybe.
No, they just wanted to just keep us where we could be accounted for. That's all they wanted. Corral us. That was it.
Yeah. So they've dumbed down the definition of tornado.
Well,
or tornado warning a little bit. Which, I mean, in a way, I could understand that, because if the tornado warning doesn't happen until there's a tornado spotted,
I know,
then I guess it could be a little bit too late if you're in that area where the tornado was spotted.
Of course. If you're the first to spot it, it might already be a little late.
Right.
So it makes sense to me. It does. And boy, the weather for both of those nights was primed for it. That hot, super humid air and all. I mean, it was perfect weather for big storms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And like you said, just after dark, both nights, which was a bad time.
Yeah, I hate it.
The only time you could see, I mean, you could follow what the weather warnings were telling you.
Yeah.
But the only time you could really see the sky is when the lightning.
I know.
Which was kind of cool, actually.
That was, I like lightning.
All right, let's go to the phones.
We have calls?
Yeah.
Great.
Believe it or not.
No, I believe you.
Okay.
Yeah.
847-931-1410. Got 2 calls on the line. Wow. And we'll start with Genius George.
Okay, good.
Calls early on the show today.
I know.
Hey, George, good morning.
Well, I called early, Mark, just to... You misspoke a little earlier. You mentioned Brookfield Zoo. Brookfield Zoo is not in Chicago. It's in Brookfield. Just a minor point, but...
It's right there by Chicago, isn't it?
Absolutely, 31st Street, but it's in Brookfield, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Mark, it's like when you're on vacation, George, and somebody says, where are you from?
Chicago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am, again, disappointed, Larry, in I'm on a Facebook page about baseball. Baseball fans, a dialogue about best players of all time, things of that sort. Monday night after the home run derby, people on this page just went out of their way to really attack this young woman, Ingrid Andress, who sang the Star Spangled Banner. I mean, it was just to the point where it was so ugly. Some of the comments, she must be singing the version written by Francis Scott off-key. Ingrid, yeah, funny. I get it. Hurtful. Ingrid Andress.
I'm laughing with you, George. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, she's she's going to go on the IL for a torn esophagus. My ears are bleeding, things of that sort. Well, it turns out, and I don't know if you've heard her rendition, it turns out, she just took Roseanne Barr and Fergie off the hook for worst national anthem of all time. It turns out, and she admitted that she was drunk. How she got on that stage, I would think that there are handlers and producers and her people and stadium people, but she went up there and she was drunk when she sang the national anthem. She came clean yesterday. She apologized. She said that she's sorry for embarrassing herself, for embarrassing Major League Baseball, and more than anything, for embarrassing the country she loves so much. Now, this is a 32-year-old woman. That's younger than my daughter. A young woman. She's been going through apparently some personal issues, maybe some depression issues. So she made a mistake. But why do people find it necessary to gloat in her misfortune rather than try to be a little bit more understanding? And whether that misfortune is self-inflicted or not, they wish her career is over. Saying things like that is neither helpful nor humane, not in my world. So, and then you start thinking about, this is just indicative, and I don't want to make it out to be more than it is. I know some of these internet jerk-offs are just trying to be funny, and they've got their internet invisible muscles. I get all that. I've been following this routine for years and years. But I think we lose sight, and this is the bigger picture. We lose sight of our shared goals, and it happens politically. It happens in day-to-day life. We've lost sight, I think, in the things that unite us in the traditional sense, Larry, that we remember growing up. And it has become a world that is more and more filled with inequity and injustice, and almost a world or a country that demands disagreement, negative discourse. And, I don't think that's fitting, and I don't think that's appropriate for who we are as a people. And, we always hope, or I hope, that our shared civility becomes something that's more in the forefront and impacts our lives every day. So feel sorry for this young woman. And now I hope, we live, at least me, because I've made more mistakes than she has 100 times over. I've never made the kind of mistake that she made in front of 45,000 fans and millions of people on television. But nonetheless, I would like to think that we live in a world of second chances, and you get as many second chances as you are trying to extend yourself for. That's what I think. There is no end to second chances if they're sincere. So I would hope that somewhere along the line she gets herself, she's in rehab now, or she was checking herself into rehab. I hope she comes out. I hope she finds a better sense of self, and I hope maybe not next year, but the year after or the year after that she sings the national anthem again and does it perfectly, as perfectly as she's able to. And she's a really good singer, 4-time Grammy-nominated singer. Nobody's ever going to, Whitney Houston set the gold standard for the Star Spangled Banner. No one's going to touch that. But I know she could do a much better job than she did Monday night. So, again, it's just, two issues. You got that personal thing with this young woman being humiliated and humiliating herself. But, I've had a lot of drinking days myself back when I was in my 20s and 30s. And, again, not on that level, but I've made more than my share of mistakes. And I've found my sense of redemption, and I hope she does too.
Yeah. Maybe if she's been going through a lot of things and she knew she was about to sing in front of 45,000 people, that was the way she thought she could do it without having to really realize there were 45,000 people around her was, drink before she did it. But
and
that's what people do. They make fun of. I mean, on social media and stuff, people make fun of people. So
absolutely, they do. That's what they do. And it's kind of like a really cool, connected sort of thing to do. I think it's humiliating, and I think it says more about the person who's posting that sort of ugly diatribe than it does about the person who's involved. It really is. It's just ugly, and it's not necessary, but really it speaks more about the person who's doing it than it does the person, the person who was involved. We've lost sight, I think, that, forgiveness is a big part of who we are as people, I think. And again, you forgive somebody and you give them another chance at a new beginning. And really that speaks to our better angels. So that's that. I'll wrap up with this, Mark. I know you got your great music show at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say again, I wish Larry was part of it, but that's neither here nor there. I know Larry's got a very active personal life and things to do.
Yeah.
But I'm requesting there's a song, and this is in keeping with the whole kind of forgiveness or redemption thing. You may know this song. It's called Torn by Natalie Imbruglia from the early 90s. You know that song?
Torn? In the name of the song?
Torn, T-O-R-N, yeah.
No, not offhand.
Well, you will love it. It's a great song, and you will love it, especially when you get a look at Natalie Imbruglia, who's got a little bit of a Lorena look, I think. And she's an actress. And here, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, in keeping with your international approach, you were not a global disappointment. But in keeping with our international approach, she's from Australia. She's from Sydney, Australia.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So take a listen. You'll like it. It's a song. It's very, it percolates, but it's got some religious overtones too. Things about being reborn and things of that sort. So,
all right, I'll mix it in.
A nice show, a nice song for your show.
I'll add it to it, buddy.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, George, for checking in.
Absolutely. Talk soon.
All right.
See you, George.
7:33 here at WRMN. Any thoughts, Larry? You're kind of locking in with that Larry look today.
Yeah, I think it's my permanent thing today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
It's like a Larry.
I know. No. I don't know. Who knows? Oh. But anyway, I kind of understand what George says. I don't really subscribe to that second chance as many times as you need a second chance. I think that's why they call it second. and not forever.
It's your eighth second chance.
Yeah, right.
Well,
you know what I mean? And I understand. However, when you sign on to take on something of that magnitude,
yeah.
Anyway, like this. When I signed on to come here, I made sure I had a good radio voice, and I do. Anyway, but I think that you have to understand that you are opening yourself up if it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Much like at a concert, at a musical, at a play, when you're putting yourself in the public eye. The reward that you get for doing that, if it goes well, can easily be offset by what happens if it doesn't. And I understand. I well understand people who handle tension or fear in many different ways. Right. I understand that. However, it's kind of a big deal. And people are very, I mean, whether it's Roseanne Barr, who I thought it was ridiculous the way she did the national anthem that time, or people who, and I understand that we live in a world where people can personalize everything. I don't always like it when people personalize the national anthem, so I don't even know what it is. I'm not big at that either.
Right, I don't like that either.
Yeah, so I understand what George says. But I think I can publicly say I'm not as nice as George. I think, right. I don't think anybody right now is like looking at their radio or YouTube going, what? I can't believe that. No, I'm a good second chance guy. I'm not a good third second chance or whatever. So anyway, I hope she does well.
When people make mistakes, whether they're self-induced mistakes or just mistakes that happen because you're not perfect, especially in the public eye, like you said, people are going to jump all over that opportunity to make fun of you or we take shots at you or whatever.
And we are in a time where we talk about that. I always say they're poised to be pissed, but people are just poised. They're poised for emotion, some kind of emotion. So anyway, yeah, but it was terrible.
I didn't see it. It was bad. I didn't see it.
It was. I don't know if she was going to sing it without music. I don't remember hearing music in the background, and it went off in a lot of different directions. And it was like, I think she added or eliminated part. I mean, it was just off key. It wasn't what I was expecting. You know what I mean? It wasn't what I was expecting. But if she has some problems, of course, you wish her well, and you don't want people to have that.
Well, I'd play it here on the show, but I don't want to humiliate her anymore because I have feelings.
You know, that's why I come in. That's why when I was driving in today, when you were like struggling with your phone, I thought, poor Mark. It's, he has feelings too.
Yeah.
I know.
It's so weird how I couldn't find the question mark, and now it's so easy. But it's like when you...
people helping people, Mark.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I mean, I sat there last night, I'm like, can't find the question mark. How hard can this be?
Well, it was hard.
In that moment, I guess it was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. We gave you a second chance.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those things where you can't figure something out and then someone knows how to do it and they just walk up and do it like it's nothing and make you really feel more stupid.
Well, my daughter was notorious. My daughter not only she would almost be like dismissive, like, give me that.
Yeah.
Like, give me that. Like, you idiot.
My first boss at True Value Hardware. My first job ever when I was 16.
Yes.
I know, I still don't know that much about plumbing and electrical and all that kind of stuff, but I was kind of like working in that department trying to help customers, didn't have a clue.
No clue.
What I was doing or looking for. And Rod was his name, and he was that way all the time. He'd make everything look really easy, and he'd kind of make you look bad.
I know.
As he was doing it. Like, come on, Mark, it's just...
Mark, come on. Everybody knows this.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I know.
So.
Oh, well.
7:38 here at WRMN. All right.
You made it out of that okay, though?
I guess.
Maybe you're a better man because of Rod.
I don't know. Maybe he made me insecure my whole life.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be what Rod did.
I know.
All right. Well, Jubilant Julia is on the phone right now.
Okay.
She tried to get in the other day.
Went on Monday.
Yeah.
And it was too close to the end of the show.
Right.
Yes.
So now she's got some time.
Okay.
To settle in with us today if she wants some time. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. My timing was not good on Monday.
Yes.
It's okay. We forgive you because we're like
Give me
that.
a second chance.
Yeah, we're give you a second chance for better timing.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will not let you down.
If you do let us down, I won't tell you that you've let us down.
Oh, no, he will. He'll say, Julia, everybody knows this.
No. We'll go to break, and I'll say to Larry, Jesus, Julia, terrible caller.
Well, she never learns, does she?
She's a Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes to Toastmasters.
Yeah.
You'd think she'd be better by now.
Really can't tell. No, but I called on Monday to give you a kind of like a couple things. The wallet, how it was delivered, and then also when when I was coming home, I was totally unaware there has been a storm, and I was heading back towards St. Charles from Aurora, and then just really drove into the storm. But luckily, my timing was pretty good because by the time I got to Woodman, got off at 88 on Orchard, the storm has already gone through. So it was just windy and raining. But, it was scary because it was in a cornfield and it was dark, and I was just praying, please let me be home safe. And but there was no major tree down blocking me. Not until I got to downtown Wasco by the train station. There was there was just small space for me to squeeze through, and then once I squeezed through, there's a bigger tree, and I said, "Oh, forget it." I did a U-turn and took Kesslinger to Anderson and got home that way. But somebody was watching over me, so I escaped again. But I kept thinking of, the movie Twister.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is my car going to be sucked up into the air like that movie?
Cars,
because I didn't know what to expect.
Cars usually come out of tornadoes pretty unscathed, don't they, Larry? Unless a tree falls on them or something like that.
No, they can get tossed around.
I mean, it's got to be a pretty good,
that's
big tornado for that to happen.
That's why they call it a tornado.
Yeah, well, they've dumbed down the meaning of tornado now.
That's
75-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, pretty soon
tornado.
they would say, this is like an escort tossing kind of storm, not a Lincoln. Things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little car, so
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm not surprised that we have quite a few tornadoes around here now, and I am surprised that it hasn't always been that way. The more you think about how our suburbs in this area line up along Randall Road or even 47, where there's a lot of residential areas and businesses and towns all up and down Randall Road. Yet just to the west, there's a lot of open fields and a lot of areas for tornadoes to really have a chance to get together and build up and kind of make their way in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, years ago, it used to always happen around Plainfield, right?
Plainfield?
Yeah, down in south of Joliet and across there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it was. I don't remember hearing that happening out here in the West, Cal or St. Charles, but now it is.
Yeah.
But the wallet, so the wallet was not sent back to me by mail or FedEx. The dermatologist that found my wallet, he had a couple friends. It's a couple. Their sister lived in St. Charles. So they flew up here to visit her over the 4th of July weekend, and the doctor asked them to bring their wallet over to me, which they did. So that was very nice.
You had the wallet physically delivered to you then, not in the mail?
Physically, yes.
Yeah.
2 cars pulled up in my driveway, and so the sister brought her son, and the couple had their daughter with them, and they kind of recorded the whole thing and documented it for the doctor.
So he wasn't in town himself, though?
He wasn't in town.
Oh, okay.
It was his friends whose sister lives here. I think it's the wife. So this couple, and I think it's the wife's sister is the one that lives in St. Charles. She said, I live right down the street. Small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the wallet, and it was pretty banged up, right?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not in working condition.
Yeah.
It was just a cheap, it wasn't even leather or anything, like a vinyl. and the vinyl, the plastic part is all coming off in pieces, and there's still sand soaked into it. But it was just kind of nice to get it back, and especially my driver's license. So this is back in the day when people put their social security number on a driver's license.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And yeah.
Well.
So now I have it with me.
Oh, I thought maybe you were gonna say there was like a trash can by the front door or something, and like as soon as they dropped off your wallet, you said, "Hey, thanks," and you threw it in the trash can.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
No.
This wallet's all banged up. What am I gonna do with this?
Nothing.
Throw it in the trash.
It's it goes. It's gonna go into the special box with the newspaper. So if I live to be 80-year-old, I'll say, "Hey, remember this?"
Yeah.
Remember when I was in national news?
Right. When I was in made the big time.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was just a feel-good story. So.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, so my cousin had a fish fry party. It was Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, my cousin Arthur had a fish fry party, and so Arthur's brother was the one that was driving the truck, the whole thing. And I was showing my relatives the wallet, and they were not excited about it at all. That they were not impressed, even though they were like, "Oh, okay." But there was another guy who totally did not know about this story, so I told him about it, and he was like, "Whoa!" He took a picture of me and everything, and I gave him the extra copy of the newspaper, and he was so happy.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Well, so it finally has come to some closure. You've gotten your hands back on the wallet, and
yep.
And the saga is over. But that's cool.
The saga is over.
It was a cool story, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of highlight of this year, I guess.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you for following up, and Jubilant Julia had a birthday a couple days ago, Larry.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So July 14th. It's it's France national. It's their Independence Day, July 14th.
Oh.
There's a name of it. Versailles. But anyway, one of these days I'll go out there, celebrate my birthday with everybody in France.
In France? Yeah.
Yeah. They have like big parties and parade.
There you go.
On July 14th. Yeah, it was a nice birthday. My friends from work, a couple girlfriends had a little cake. And we ordered Panda Express. So it was a nice get together.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, thanks for calling and taking advantage of your second chance here on.
Thank you. I hope I didn't disappoint.
No. It was a wonderful, wonderful few minutes with you, Julia. Couldn't have been any better.
Well, I appreciate it. Always good talking with you guys as well.
Okay, all right. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
You too, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Jubilant Julia celebrated a birthday. She got her wallet back, and so there you go. Great to have her as a first shifter.
Yes.
It's 7:48 here at WRMN. Daisy V checks in on YouTube, and he says, in defense, the delayed stadium speakers will challenge the best singers.
I agree.
That would be a problem. Trying to sing and not hearing yourself.
Yeah.
I've had that problem on the radio in the past. It's been not singing, but just talking.
Right.
It's impossible sometimes to deal with. 7:48 here at WRMN, 847-931-1410. If you want to join the show, we were talking about the weather a little bit, and what happened 2 straight nights right after dark, and the fact that tornado warning is not necessarily when you've spotted a tornado anymore.
No,
it's just the situation could be right. And then at like 8:55, I got another warning on my phone that said, the tornado warning has been canceled. The storm, the severe thunderstorm, doesn't seem has weakened and is no longer strong enough to turn into a tornado. So, all right. Well, it's 7:49 here at WRMN. if you want to join the show. Many ways of doing that. YouTube is one way of doing it. South Elgin Chris checks in this morning. The Sultan of South Elgin says, good morning, Mark, Larry, and WRMN shifters. Y'all pray for peace and make it a perky Wednesday. Did you watch the All-Star game last night, Larry?
No. You know why? It just makes me look at players of the caliber we should have. You know what I mean? It's like looking at new cars when you can't afford a new car.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Yeah.
No, I hear you. When you still got to drive your car.
Yeah. And you know you're gonna. Yes.
And your car can't beat the other car?
Can't beat the other car. Sometimes it's like your car's broken down. Just barely getting by. But they still want you to keep making the payments on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. Did the American League win?
Yes.
The American League always wins. Why does the American League always win the All-Star game?
Better.
They're better than the National League?
They're just better. That's all. That's what that means.
They're built to win All-Star games.
But not necessarily everything else. But yeah, I don't know why, but they do.
I heard that Jim Edmonds, former Cardinals center fielder and played for the Chicago Cubs, was a good player for the Cubs too, later in his career for a couple of years, was not happy with the antics of Christopher Morel.
Oh.
After Morel hits home runs.
Yeah.
And I like Christopher Morel, but even me, if I was not a Cubs fan, I'd be getting a little tired of it too.
I know.
I'm getting a little tired of it as a Cubs fan. He can calm down just a little bit.
Sometimes I just feel like I understand it's kind of a personal celebration, but sometimes I think personal celebrations should be held in check until you can have more team celebrations.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like having a White Sox guy carry on a great deal when they're doing well, but you realize they're a team that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks, well, maybe it's a natural phenomena for him. Or maybe he thinks that my emotion will lift the other players up. I don't know. I don't know how they feel. Well, the center fielder, what's this guy, the young guy
for the Cubs? Oh, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I kind of think sometimes, I think sometimes he makes defense look harder than it is. You know what I mean?
He a routine catch. He kind of makes it look fancy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe it's just envy because you have a team that occasionally wins and I have a team that seldom does.
Occasionally against seldom.
That's exactly that's what we're dealing with, buddy. That's Chicago baseball.
Yeah.
Occasional and seldom.
I like it when a guy like Edmonds, though, makes a comment like the guy has a 229 career batting average, I think. I don't know if that's Morel's career batting average. He mentioned 229. Morel's not even hitting 229. He's batting about 200 this year. So, before you go celebrating your home runs, look at your overall self and the fact that you're batting 200 and calm yourself a little bit.
No, years ago, that would have been the job of a senior guy on a team to do that.
Yeah.
It would have never been someone outside the team. It would have been somebody inside the team. But I don't know if senior players take that on now and think, I don't want to read in the press how it was bad to somebody everybody likes. And,
It's got to be tough if you're the manager, Craig Counsell.
Yeah.
Seems like the kind of guy that wouldn't like that so much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're trying to tell your players to settle down, then they're going to get this impression that you don't want them to have fun.
I know. And you lose all the youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they need is Hayward.
Jason Hayward could calm him down a little bit, right?
And take a day off from trying to lead him back to a big World Series win and just focus on the little things.
Right.
Yeah.
7:54, 2 phone calls as we head towards the 8 o'clock top of the hour break.
Oh, wow. Time's flying.
Yeah. Westside Freddie's going to start us off here. Good morning, Westside.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, good morning, LJ. I just want to check in with you guys real quick. You mentioned the global disappointment. I'd just say you're more hardware challenged, buddy.
Well, thanks, Westside Freddie.
No problem.
He's going to have to wear that collar a while.
I mean, when you're a global disappointment, it doesn't get much worse. So I can only get better.
It could.
And actually, you're becoming globally known. I mean, not known, but what do you say? I don't know.
Yeah, you can't be a global disappointment unless you're globally known.
Yeah,
right?
so first you got to be known.
I've told you this
You're
before.
Not a disappointment.
My wife and daughter loved those Pirates of the Caribbean series. And Jack Sparrow, one time, these people, like, I don't know if it was the British or somebody grabbed him up and they said, Jack Sparrow, you're the worst pirate I've ever heard of. And he went, but you have heard of me.
Yeah, right, exactly. I do remember that. Yeah. I think that was in the first one.
It could have been, yeah.
I think it was, because that's the only one I saw. So. Johnny Depp, right? Those were
Johnny Depp.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He makes great movies. He makes good movies. I want to say great, but he makes good movies.
He's an interesting character.
Yeah,
I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I didn't really like him as Tonto in The Lone Ranger that much.
I missed that one.
Oh, well, you didn't miss much, Fred. We're not going to give him a second chance for Tonto. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, once I saw him on Kimmel, he's made a bunch of appearances. He's like a stoner, man. He can't believe this guy can memorize a line, you know. He's just like a drunken idiot when he's live in person.
Well, when he's not being a drunken idiot, he's memorizing lines.
Right.
It's one or the other.
That must be a secret. I don't drink so I can memorize. So. Yeah. I was going to mention the sirens. You know, Larry, I've mentioned it a few times that I was in the Plainfield tornado in '90. You know, I was right at the intersection where it crossed like 30 and 126. I lived 3 houses off that. So cars can fly. Right where it crossed, there used to be a junkyard there.
Wow.
And there were cars hanging in the oak trees and in the river from that junkyard. I mean, they were tossed around like toys, man.
That's a heck of a tornado. What was the level? What was the level of that tornado?
It was an F5.
5, yeah.
Those are the kind that take the blacktop off the road.
Yeah.
Those 5s. All of a sudden they show where streets used to be because the blacktop was just healed up.
Yeah, there's a bridge there, and it's stripped off, you know, like the concrete handrails. You know?
But you really shouldn't stand around and decide whether it's a 3, 4, or 5.
Right. No, I didn't. You know, we didn't have to talk about the sirens.
Yeah.
You know, that tornado was moving like 200 miles an hour.
Right.
But we were already running in the house when the sirens went off.
Yep.
You know, and by the time we got in the door, 2 seconds later, all the windows blew out. So
right. I mean, there are some tornadoes that they track for miles on the ground,
right.
And there are some that just cook up out of nowhere. I mean, they have to start somewhere. They're not like a hurricane where you get like in a month. It's going to, you know, in a month it's going to hit the
4 hours away.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So anyway,
all right,
we
Fred.
love what you do, brother. You guys have a good show.
You too, buddy. Take care.
Take care, Westside.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, Westside Freddy checking in.
Who else? We have somebody on hold?
Wireless caller.
All right, well, after the break, we'll get to him, right?
Yeah, if you can hang for a few minutes, wireless caller.
You bet.
We will take your call in the second hour of the show. It is Studio 14, and that's where we are. It's the first shift on this Wednesday morning, 7:58. Beautiful morning outside. Heading for a high of 80. This hour, we're about 70. We have some sunshine already. Some first shifters hanging out. 73 degrees is the current temperature now. We'll check the top of the hour news and then come back with more. Marky B, Larry Jones, and this is the Talk of the Town, WRMN. Stick around.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Are you getting ready to clock out for the day? Get ready for the ultimate midday pick-me-up. Cruise home with the Midday Drive with Matt. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Join in as I bring you the hottest hits, engaging conversations, and your daily dose of entertainment. From trending topics to local happenings, I've got your afternoons covered. We hope you'll enjoy the ride with the Midday Drive. Tune in on WRMN AM 1410 and drive your day with the Midday Drive every weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. right here on WRMN. Voice of the Valley, the talk of the town.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. A shots fired incident on Tuesday has led to the arrest of 21-year-old Luis G. Flores. Elgin police responding to reports of gunfire on Cooper Avenue apprehended Flores, who is now facing multiple charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, alongside a charge of DUI. The Elgin Police Department is set to conclude this season's Walk and Talk series on July 18th, starting at 10 a.m. near the intersection of Linden Avenue and Forest Avenue. Community members are, of course, invited to come and engage directly with local law enforcement during the Walk and Talk event. Governor J.B. Pritzker yesterday, alongside the Illinois Department of Transportation, inaugurated a new campus for PACE. The $40 million initiative, funded through a combination of local, state, and federal money, is part of the Rebuild Illinois program and is set to invest in electric busing in Illinois. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
And this is the guy that will take the extra base if he puts it in play, and this one may be out of play. He smacks one to right, and it is way out of here.
The action courtesy ESPN Radio in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game Tuesday, the American League with a 5-3 win over the National League. Boston's Jarren Duran hit a tie-breaking 2-run homer in the 5th and was awarded the MVP trophy, which is named after Red Sox legend Ted Williams. The American League has won 10 of the past 11 All-Star games. Pittsburgh rookie Paul Skeens started for the National League. He tossed a hitless first inning. Dodger star Shohei Ohtani went deep with a 3-run homer. Yankee star Juan Soto hit a 2-run double, then scored on David Fry's single to tie the score at 3-3 in the 3rd for the American League. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
As part of summer's greatest hits, it's the first ever Macy's All-Star Week. Join us for an incredible lineup of live events in-store every day, like fashion shows, beauty demos, and more fun for the family. Now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Plus, shop our best summer deals, like 50% off swim, sandals, and more. And exclusives just for Star Rewards members. You don't want to miss this. Go to Macys.com/events to see what's at your local store. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge, proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
Kids will find buried treasure this summer as they climb aboard the pirate ship and pretend they're sailing the 7 seas. Pirates Cove Children's Theme Park in Elk Grove is designed to encourage exploration and imagination for children from 2 to 9. There's so much to see and do, like Barness Bay Boats, Camelot's Castle, Pirates Plunge, Safari Express, Soarin' Schooners, and so much more. Wearing socks and gym shoes for safe play is advised. For more information, visit elkgroveparks.org.
Microsoft has new computers that put AI first, this special category called Copilot Plus PCs. They have minimum specs plus a chip just for AI. The company unveiling the first Surface devices with the designation, powered by Qualcomm chips, not Intel. One notable AI feature is called Recall. It lets your computer remember everything you do so that you can find files, images, and websites later. More tech news tips on Rich on Tech.
Every Saturday from 1 to 4, right here on WRMN.
Bender Dental Care, located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Bender Dental wants everyone to be informed, appreciated, and cared for at all times. To prove it, they now offer a new patient exam for just $29. That includes consult, x-ray, exam, and cleaning. Let Bender Dental help you have healthy teeth and gums for a lifetime. Located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Visit benderdentalcare.com.
At Knucklehead's Trampoline and Indoor Amusement Park in Wisconsin Dells, you're in for a fun-packed family experience. There's a bit of something for everyone to enjoy, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. A trampoline park, full arcade, cosmic bowling lanes, and many amusement rides located in their 80,000 square foot indoor entertainment facility. A great attraction for team building activities or just plain fun. Open daily at the outlets at the Dells Complex in Wisconsin Dells. Contact Knuckleheads at 608-254-7332 or visit their website at knuckleheadspark.com.
Making a living the old hard way, taking and giving my day by day. I dig snow and rain and the bright sunshine. Dragging the line.
Welcome back to the first shift 8 o'clock hour.
Purple flowers.
Marky B, Larry Jones. I really like the way that song starts. It's got good momentum.
My favorite Tommy James song.
I think I played our favorite two, Tommy James and the Shondells.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that song though. I kind of like. Well, you know me. I've always told you that I'm so servicey about music. If I like the way it sounds, I don't care if it's whatever they're saying. If it makes any sense, I don't care.
Well, it's the More Music Hour coming up in the 9 o'clock hour today, and I think we've
chock full of fun.
Yeah.
And entertainment.
But I think I wore out my Tommy James and the Shondells selections that I might have played in the 9 o'clock hour on our show today.
Oh, yeah. Well, you go over to Eddie Money.
Because I'm not
Tommy
playing
James, Eddie Money. Who cares?
I'm not playing Hanky Panky.
No, and you shouldn't.
And I'm not playing Moni Moni.
Yeah.
What other songs do they have?
I don't know. That's why I don't get to help you with that show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no musical knowledge. I think I'm grouchy today.
Yeah, you seem a little grouchy.
I came in. I was in a good mood. But my eyes...
Sorry I brought you down.
No, it's not you. Well, it is you. But that's not important.
What have I done wrong?
No, you haven't done anything at all. No, it's nothing.
Ever since I mentioned that I couldn't find the question mark on my cell phone.
Well, I worry about you when that happens. That's all.
I mean, you actually came in willing to help today. You wanted to help me fix that problem.
I did.
You want to help me fix my van issue.
I know. That's me, kiving and garing.
So you think when we open the hood of the van on Friday, you're going to look straight down.
It should be very close.
And you're going to see what nobody has seen yet, suddenly the place to check the oil.
Yes. But I'm going to use the light on my phone. You know where that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I press this button on the side of my phone and say, turn my flashlight on.
And I was talking to Chick last night, who was a mechanic. He's a mechanic. And we were talking about it, and I agree that actually the dipstick that goes into the crankcase, especially on that, should be closer to the front. And it shouldn't be quite as long as that dipstick that looks like you're checking somebody else's oil from your van.
No kidding. That's a long dipstick.
It's a big dipstick.
To pull that out, I'm like, geez.
Yeah, I know.
By the time you get that dipstick out of there, you would think all what I thought was oil, and you think is transmission fluid, would be scraped off of it by that time.
I know. Well, it's pretty sticky. It's not real. It's not like a water thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty oil and transmission fluid because of the lubricant in it. It's pretty thick.
How was the car show last night?
It was a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
Lot of cars there. John, I asked him before I left. He thought about 100, which in Pant Mill, that's a good crowd.
Yeah.
That's a good crowd.
That fills it.
Well, yeah, if you don't want to get off on the lawn, you know, I mean, yeah, it works. It worked pretty well. A lot of nice cars, a lot of people having fun. Good food truck.
Yeah.
Good food truck. Yeah.
What food truck was there?
Boy,
I knew I'd stump you because you didn't say the name.
Cooking Crow? I don't know.
Oh.
I had a great chicken sandwich, though.
Did you? It's 8:12 here at WRMN. It's 8:08. Hey, by the way, that wireless caller,
yes,
still there.
Shall we get to them?
Probably should, right?
We should reward them for their resiliency.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's take a phone call. 847-931-1410, 8 o'clock hour, first shift. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Sheila, your favorite listener from West Chicago.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
I'm glad you waited.
I'm doing good.
Are you on your deck? Are you sitting on your deck this morning?
No, my water boy isn't home to get me my coffee.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but anyway, I was just wanting to put my 2 cents in about the All-Star game last night.
Okay.
With all the stats and wonderful numbers that they all are surrounded by, there were only, and correct me if I'm wrong, there were only 3 home runs made.
That's because they're facing such tough pitching.
Yeah, the pitching's good.
Okay.
And they're only pitching about an inning, so they get their best stuff too. You don't have to wait them. You're not waiting them out. You're not third time through the order. You're seeing them once at their best.
So a lot of All-Star games are pretty low-scoring games.
They are.
Was it low-scoring game again last night?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, and the game was fun. I mean, they were playing baseball.
Yeah.
And that's always, win or lose. If they're playing a good game, it's fun to watch. And but I was just overwhelmed over the fact that there were only 2 home runs, and the other scores that would come in with the batter.
It's a pitcher's game now.
Right.
Yeah,
I was looking. The batting averages are down, and
it's crazy how baseball goes back and forth like that. I was watching every once in a while on Marky. They'll show like an older Cubs game if there's a rain delay or whatever. And I don't know, about a month ago, I was watching a Cubs-Cardinals game from like 2004 or something like that. They were showing on Marky, and a lot of the batting averages were like 312 with 27 homers and 93 RBIs and stuff. I'm like, wow, those guys all had great batting averages. What happened to the players?
Yeah.
Now they all bat 212.
Yeah, but I would imagine because they didn't keep stats like that, even though they check pitchers for substance and stuff, the rotation on the ball and all that stuff is so exaggerated than from those days. And again,
yes,
the pitch count, you know what I mean? The pitch count and fresher pitchers, and it's just built for that.
I guess,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Yes, I'm a baseball fan. When there's games being played, I surf the stations to see who's really playing baseball, and that's the team I'll watch. Somebody who can entertain me.
I tell you what, I need. What is the old saying? Even though I don't like dog fighting, but the old "I need a dog in that fight" kind of thing. I don't enjoy, unless it's like the playoffs or the World Series. I don't really enjoy watching a game that I don't know enough about the teams. I don't enjoy that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the things that's changed about me over the years. I mean, back when I was a kid, I could have watched any game.
Right.
I would have known all the players.
Right.
Now, if it's not the Cubs playing, or maybe the White Sox, maybe not even the White Sox really, but if it's not the Cubs for the most part, I'm not going to sit there and watch a baseball game. If Cleveland's playing Kansas City, maybe if something in my life changes and I have more time just to sit and watch baseball, I could get interested in that again.
I thought that Volkswagen was going to hit Cece's car.
Oh. we have car motion out of it.
A lot of stuff, a lot of cars going in. It's like the Shriners in a parade. They're going every which way out there.
Well, thanks for Sheila for calling in.
Sheila. I'm sorry you can't get your coffee on the deck.
I know. I'm just going to have to get up and go get my own now.
That takes a lot of the fun out of it, I can tell you that.
It does. Thank you, gentlemen. It was lovely listening and talking to you again.
Thanks for listening and for calling us.
Yeah, you should call more often.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, Sheila from West Chicago.
I don't know what the league average batting. I bet George could pull it up, or someone, or BHB or somebody. But I don't think the league. I look at the teams and 257. That's considered wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dive as deep into baseball or stats as I used to.
I know.
I used to, probably could tell you what not the team batting averages, but I would look at it every once in a while,
right.
the list of what the different teams' batting averages were and stuff. And it used to be like the best team in baseball, maybe their team batting average was like 282 or something like that. And then it would go in the 270s, 260s, 250s or something like that. But I bet the top team batting average in baseball now is probably maybe in the 260s. Maybe.
But it also was from a time when you had the Bob Gibsons and some of those guys that had an earned run average 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1.75. So you had to catch the right rotation, the right pitcher to be able to hit against them anyway. I don't know. I keep thinking they're going to change something, Mark, because much like the NFL, I think offense sells. Offense sells. I mean, it's cool to see a no-hitter. It's not exciting to see a 2-1 that much,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always been big in sports, I think that a lot of times when something happens, I naturally compare it to something with sports.
Oh.
I even did it with, I'm getting back to the tornado talk a little bit now.
Yes.
With the number of tornadoes we're having. Maybe 5 the other night. this number is getting so high because it doesn't take as much to make a tornado anymore. And so I thought, it's like baseball teams making the playoffs or any team in pro sports making the playoffs. Hey, we've made the playoffs 6 straight years.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not as hard to make the playoffs anymore.
And there's more bases being stolen. We made the bases bigger.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I know. I wonder, I'd be interested to see if anybody, we don't always talk politics. I came in today thinking it would be interesting to see what people thought about the convention or everything that's been going on recently. Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten to that yet, but we can talk about that. We still have 40 minutes left in the show.
Of Rock'em Sock'em Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I turned it on last night, and I wasn't really intending to watch it. When I turned the TV on, we don't have cable. One of the first things that popped up was an option to watch the Republican National Convention. So I clicked on that.
Right.
Nikki Haley was talking, and then Ron DeSantis after Nikki Haley.
Right.
While they kept showing Donald Trump sitting in the penalty box.
Yeah.
With a flap on his ear.
Yeah.
Sitting next to J.D. Vance, the vice presidential candidate.
Who I knew nothing about.
39 years old.
I know. I feel somewhat like when I was watching the convention and George Herbert Walker Bush picked Dan Quayle. And I was like, who?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
39 years old. He gets to be like Donald Trump's protege or something. Maybe Trump's like going to train him to be the next president after Trump.
Well, that's really what, in the old days, I kind of thought that's what they tried to do, if they could make it happen.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't always happen.
Well, we've been crying for youth, so
yeah,
there's an introduction of youth into top-level politics right there.
Right. Exactly.
Youngest vice presidential candidate ever. 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway, so we can talk about that a little bit. 847-931-1410. We do have 2 phone calls.
We do?
Yeah, and this first one I'm not familiar with. Could be Jackie. Let's see if that's true. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, who's this?
This is Ivan with Llama Elgin. How are you?
Hey, Ivan. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I just was listening to you guys. I figured I'd drop you guys a phone call, maybe chat it up a little bit. I know we were messaging back and forth last night, but I just felt like this was an opportunity, so I just took it.
Ivan is with LAMA. What does that stand for again? Latin American Motorcycle
Association.
Oh, okay.
Those guys were out at the car show on Sunday.
I saw them over by the van talking.
Yeah. That's how I met Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
Over at the Elgin History Museum. And we'll probably have those guys on to talk about what they do. They're trying to get more community involved.
Oh, okay.
And work at different events and just get more known for contributing in the community in different ways.
That's a noble thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's kind of like a lost art right now, and I want to reach back out just because automatically you see someone in a vest and you think the worst of it right away, and that's not what we're about at all. We're looking to community service, just acts of kindness, which I think is very lost in today's day. And we're a very family-based association, so, I mean, doesn't matter what kind of bike you have, or if you don't even have a bike, we have associates that aren't even riders, but they help us with our fundraising and our parties, and it's just something we want to reach out more to the community. We haven't in the past years, but this year I'm kind of making it my mission. I want to touch into Elgin community a lot more this year. I was hoping to reach out with you guys and find a little bit of help. I'm finding some segues to get into that.
Well, I will help however we can, and we know a lot of people, and so love to have you get involved. I know you guys have an event over at the American Legion this weekend, right?
Yes, we do. It's going to be a nice little party. We're known for our good food, but we tell everybody get there when you can because usually it's as it lasts kind of thing. 360 booth. We actually have a tattoo artist, Alex. They call him Smoke. He's going to be there doing little tattoos. We have regular booth. We're going to have DJ and music, raffle baskets, 50-50 raffle. A lot of good events. Mostly just a good time and mingling. I invite anybody that wants to go to please join us and have a good time.
What's the hours, and is that Saturday or Sunday? Which is it?
Saturday, right?
It's going to be Saturday.
And what time?
Saturday. Starts at 7, I think it is.
Yeah. And it's over at Post 57, American Legion. So do you have an association with them in some way or another, or did you like rent the hall?
Some of our members are associated with them in membership just because, like I told you before, Mark, we have a lot of members that are first responders and veterans, so they are part of that post. So we're associated with them quite a bit. We try to reach out to them first to help us out as much as we can, and we were in the 4th of July parade. Hopefully next year we'll be riding with them in the 4th of July parade, but we do try to do as much as we can with them.
Yeah, so you are... The group is made up of members or whatever that are all around the Fox River Valley, right? Not just Elgin?
Yeah, correct. Every chapter kind of has its own vibe, and we always encourage people to visit all chapters and see who fits in with you a little bit more. That's how we met John. He's actually one of our members' neighbor, and I didn't know that when I met John. I met John in Aurora.
John Polero.
Coffee and cars. And then when we met up at the car show this last weekend, he was just, it was a funny thing. He's like, I didn't know you know Chris. It's like, it's a small world. It just goes to show you that if you take the time to actually talk to someone, you have no idea how you guys might even know each other and then work together to try to accomplish some goals.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it sounds like we're going to get to know you guys better and would like to work with you. And like I said before to you on Sunday, love to have you be a part of America's First Responders Fest that we're going to have on the 7th of September and figure out other ways to get to know you and work with you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just discussing that with my wife last night. She's the business manager. And we're already spreading the word on our message board just so everybody knows that whoever can attend, put it on your calendar now. We're definitely going to show up to that first responder event. And, if you guys have anything else that you guys could recommend, we'll be more than happy to try to put it on our calendar and show up, show some support.
Sounds great, man. Well, thanks for listening to the show this morning, checking in with us.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you.
Take care.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Ivan checking in.
Right.
See, that's kind of cool. That's kind of the benefit of kind of being out at car shows and things like that, right, Larry?
Well, it is.
We have listeners that come up to us, and we make new listeners from it, too.
That's exactly right. That's right. And the hippie van actually is kind of the way especially the way you were able to put it there. Yeah. It was kind of like it just kind of invited people to walk up.
Almost like kind of a welcoming booth.
And people didn't have to fit between it and another car, which I was mentioning to a guy last night. I'm kind of paranoid when you park and then people want to come down the sides of your car and take a look in. Sometimes I don't feel there's enough space between them, and then I get real paranoid,
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, no. And you were in a great location and gave a chance to talk to people that listen, people that have friends that listen, people who... No, it's great. It was great.
That was kind of cool. Yeah. I'm sorry I missed it last night. I just couldn't get my act together fast enough to get there last night.
It was a nice evening.
We chatted about going, but
yeah, it was a really nice evening. It was the kind of cruise night evenings that I think of when I think of cruise nights. Not too hot, kind of fun to get out, see people you don't see often, and of course I always like going back to South Elgin. So
John's going to be involved with the Kane County Fair this week.
Yeah, so he's got shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go one day. I can't remember which. I've got another thing I got to do.
We got a live broadcast.
I got a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be broadcasting live from the Kane County Fair tomorrow.
Are you?
Yeah, the afternoon show.
Mm-hmm.
So listening tomorrow afternoon, come and join us at the Kane County Fair tomorrow afternoon. That'll give me a chance to run around and pass out some flyers for America's First Responders Fest, too.
Right, exactly.
So, and John Polero's got December. He'd have all of December for all the car shows he wants. No one would show up, though.
No competition at all for this.
August the 4th
yes,
is the one over here downtown by Festival Park.
Yeah. I like that one, too. I like that show.
It's got one more, I think, at Panton Mill Park.
Uh-huh.
Then he's going to be at Heritage Days in September in Dundee.
That's a 2-day event.
I like that one.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I do, too.
So, yeah, a lot of great car shows to come over the next couple of months. I want to get to one of those Monday night car shows in East Dundee. Are you familiar with that?
Motoring Monday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Never go to those?
No. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's a little too cluttered for me to want to take my car.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all. I'm not paranoid about it, but I am paranoid about it because I don't want to have to get somebody to get a scratch out of it or get something and get the paint matched right and all that. And so I go up there. I sometimes go for the Wind Down Wednesdays and the Thirsty Thursdays.
Right.
But then I can park my car not my old car. I wouldn't take it. But you can park a little ways away and carry a chair over, but not taking my old car in.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
You know that little barber shop right there in the East Dundee Square? I call it the Square, but...
It's not really. It's more like a...
What's it officially called? I mean, the Depot?
Yeah, what's the Depot? It's really the East Dundee downtown.
Okay.
It is.
Well, they got a little bitty barber shop, little building in there.
Yeah.
For sale now, Larry. What can we do with that? I need some business ideas and some money, of course. But
yeah, I know. Yeah.
I guess it takes a little money, too. But that's such a cute little building. We can make something out of that.
I don't know what you make out of it. I always see little buildings and think they have a lot of promise, but I don't know. Yeah. You could learn barbering. Would be like the broadcasting barber, Marky B.
Yeah. Maybe we could have an East Dundee radio studio over there.
That would be cool.
That would make a cool little radio studio, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it especially on the nights of the, Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Motoring Monday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's a cool little building. It's for sale.
Yeah.
8:30 here at WRMN. Lots of phone calls. Let's go back to the phones.
Okay.
847-931-1410. And let's see, who should we start with here? Let's, I guess we'll go in order. Crazy Kathy, what's happening?
Hey, Mark. Hey, Larry.
Hey. Yeah.
I almost brought my daughter that you guys have not met yet, that lives here, but she had to go catch a train. She goes, I'm not doing that. I don't know if you saw me.
I saw you dragging her toward the door. Yes, I did.
That's your daughter?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Never seen her before. Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
And that's Amani's mom. You wish Amani a happy 16th birthday, and now Amani's in the middle of college and also working part-time. So when Amani was 16, you sang happy birthday to her. And their sister's name is Isabel. She works at the Jewel and is also in school. Wow. It was a real surprise, man. She says, Mom, I have a train to catch in a minute.
Yeah. I'm sorry I stopped by here, Mom.
Yeah.
I know you're going to drag me into the radio studio.
Into the radio. When she seen that you were on the air, she went, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. I think I hear the train now, as a matter of fact.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah.
Yep, there's a train.
You can hear it right now.
I got to go.
It was a nice morning, and got some coffee and brought you some cold water. Now you got water.
Yeah, thanks.
At least so far. Well, might not have been as cold as I wanted. And
it's fine.
Larry, it's great seeing you. You're looking well.
Sorry, Kath, I was stretching. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by.
Yes.
All right, and thanks for being there for me to come by. And
it's my job.
And
got to be here every day, Monday through Friday at least.
You don't. Yeah, but you're not here just because you gotta. You wanna.
Oh, true. I love it.
Yes, you
absolutely
do.
Love it.
You're good at
yes,
it.
you do.
You're great at it.
You're just sparkling.
All right, well, take care.
Thanks, Kath.
I think she caught the train. She's been in her position downtown. Come on in, hey Ellie. She's been in her position for I'm thinking 25 years, maybe longer. But she is very beautiful. It was a shocker, man. I was hugging her, and I'm like, "Oh, come in, we can just wave." And she didn't know what I was doing, and she said it was a radio. Mom, I got to go catch a train.
Yeah. All right, well, take care. We got 3 other phone calls, but thanks for calling.
Yeah, well, Darica should be calling us soon, right?
Haven't heard from Darica yet today, but there's still time.
Okay, then.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Well, thanks for taking this call.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Crazy Kathy checking in. 834-847-931-1410 for a shift. And let's see who's next on the phones. Let's check in with David Tees. Good morning, David.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh, tired. You see, I golfed Saturday with Steve Thorne, Larry Dobbs, and Ed Drain. Golfed Monday in our Stream Heat with the golf outing, and I golfed yesterday in my league. I'm a little tired.
Life is hard. 3 golf outings in the last 4 days.
Yeah, I don't know if you can keep that up, David.
Yeah.
Careful, buddy.
Stress and anxiety must be getting to you.
I wanted to touch base with the guy that called in with the Bikers Association. Was Ivan? Was his name?
Yeah, Ivan. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. If they were looking for get involved in the community, they should do a Bikers for Diapers drive for the Crisis Center, Women's Crisis Center in Elgin. They always need diapers and baby wipes there. I did it a couple years ago, and I wouldn't mind hooking up with them, and we get something going with that again this year. It's a good thing to do. And the other thing, J.D. Vance, I've been learning a little bit about him.
Okay.
What a story. He's an ex-Marine. He wrote a book about his life. There's a movie out on it.
The Hillbilly Elegy?
Yes.
Yes. I learned a lot about the guy. I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to sit down and watch it. But his life, everything he went through in his life, wow, that guy has overcame a lot of stuff growing up.
I got to learn more about him. And when I heard the title of that movie, I thought, interesting title.
I thought so too.
Hillbilly Elegy. I think I'm gonna try to watch that one too.
Yeah.
I think you can get it on Netflix or something. I think somebody told me.
Okay.
I have to look it up. Yeah. But I just wanted to touch base with the guy that drives the bike and all that stuff. That was I like how they're doing it. They were behind us in the parade. A bunch of nice guys.
Good.
Well, did you come up with that title? Because it's really good. Bikers for Diapers. I like that.
Yeah, I actually did come up with that title.
You made that up? Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just a golfer, you know.
He's got a lot of time between shots to think about stuff when he's sitting on a golf cart.
I do. Hey, let's see the title I can come up with next. That's what I do.
All right.
Hey, you guys have a good day. Get to the rest of your callers, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, David.
Take care, Dave.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Bikers for Diapers.
And that would be a great, for the Crisis Center and stuff, that would be a good project, too.
That is a great idea.
I know it.
You're the man, Dave. You listening, Ivan? There we go, right there. You're looking for some ideas.
That's right.
We'll work together and make that happen. 847-931-1410. What else did David say just now that made me...
He was talking about the vice president pick.
Right.
Yeah. I was listening to some of the talking heads, and they were talking about, he's popular in Ohio, but they also think he has a great deal that he's going to pull a lot of interest out of Pennsylvania as well. Things like that, because apparently that's kind of his heritage. And I think, I don't profess, like I said at the beginning of the show, I don't know enough about him. I have to be honest, I kind of hoped that Trump would pick Scott. I kind of did.
I was thinking he would.
Yeah.
But to go with a young guy like this?
I know.
Maybe not such a bad idea.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I was just from hearing everybody, and it's so hard when it almost seems hypocritical. It seemed hypocritical to me when Biden picked Harris, when they are so mean to each other during the debates. And I believe Harris said, I may be wrong, but I felt like she had once said, either implied that she thought he was a racist or something like, I don't know. We talk about it all the time. You can't take it back.
Right.
But they seem to, which either means it wasn't important when they said it the first time, or they're willing to forgive those shortcomings to be the vice president.
Right.
Yeah. Which is, in a way, it seems kind of shallow, doesn't it?
Well, and I was thinking that last night when I was watching Haley. Nikki Haley and what's his name out of Florida?
Yeah, DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, what's his name? You've already done that.
Senior moments here.
At least I knew this one when you said about what's his name, and I'm like, I don't even know what's his name's involved with in this. So,
yeah. That it's amazing how they can bash you when they're going against you, and then suddenly become your friend and your biggest backer again, and your biggest supporter. That's the disappointing part about politics.
It's what makes it, if anything,
fake.
Yeah, it's almost like wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I want to believe that Nikki Haley was telling the truth about her feelings about Donald Trump last night.
Yes.
Same thing with Ron DeSantis.
Right. Although I think that would be one of the reasons it was good that they wouldn't have been picked for vice president. You know what I mean? I mean, I can handle a little bit more where they say, you know what? And I read into it. But anyway, I can't get the nomination. If it can't be me, this is okay.
Right.
That's kind of what I thought it was. I wish it was me. I think I'm still the best, but if it can't be me, I want you to support him. He's better than what we're facing.
Right.
That's kind of
so I guess that's legit.
But I mean, if you really are tearing somebody up at the debates and stuff, I don't know how. I don't even know how you could go do it. Get up on national television and go, he's my man.
I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't help your credibility at all.
Well, and isn't that what we go through with politicians now? Sometimes their credibility is in question constantly. Yeah.
840 here at WRMN. 847-931-1410.
Yes.
2 more phone calls.
All right.
We have trusty Pat with us. Hey, Pat. Good morning.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, good morning. Hey, I want to mention I just drove by the township, and the new township sign is up and going, and it's lit up, and there's I think a generic message like "Happy Day" or something like that. But anyway, had the temperature and the time. It was real good. That only was about 8 years in coming. When we lost the election 8 years ago, that was in our next year's budget, and the other people did not do it, but I'm glad to see the sign up finally. It was needed as a monument sign. We didn't have the money in the budget when we built the building back 20 years ago, so it was good to see that in. But
it looks good. I've noticed it because I drive by all the time, leaving my neighborhood on McLean, and I noticed it, and I can tell you, this is how crazy I am with my numbers. I can tell you right now that last night when I drove by the Elgin Township sign on my way home, it was 5:11 and 82 degrees. That's what it said on the township sign at that time.
Yeah. That's either a strength or a weakness.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I do.
Kind of cool. What I was going to say, though, Larry, have you ever thought about, remember when you used to go to the garage and the mechanic would look at your car or do the oil, they'd have this thing they put over the fenders that's like almost a fender
an apron
protector.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, an apron of some sort. It was vinyl with like foam on the inside. About getting a couple of those.
Well, it's not just the hood, though, Pat. They lean in the windows.
No, I'm saying to put over the windows.
Oh, yeah. Well, it kind of takes away from having a show car.
I know if I'm ever at a car show and looking at a car, I got my hands behind my back and I stand about
me too.
Away so my belt buckle or whether it doesn't hit anything. But you realize the paint. You scratch that paint and then you're done. You know.
We want people. I assume the pose that I used to when we would go to Door County and my wife would drag me into those gift shops with little intricate things. Right. I would put my hands in my pockets and just stand very still. That's what I do. And it can be offsetting. At the show on Sunday, people are very kind. A lady walked up to me, and she had a real interest in cars. And she said to me, "Do you mind if I take pictures of your car?" And I said, "Of course not. Go ahead." And she was taking pictures of the motor and stuff, and she was leaning on the fender to do it. And I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, does she have buttons? Is there a zipper?
I was at a show one time, Pat, where I walked away from my car, probably to get something to eat. Came back, and a lady had put her 2 sons in my car.
That happened to me when I was when I had the Impala, and I went to Sycamore one time. But I had the Impala. I was okay with it. But the thing is, I was having door problems at the time, and they messed the driver's side door up.
See that?
Because they didn't know.
And I was trying to be nice with this mom, but I actually said to her, "Why would you possibly think that's okay?" Right. I mean,
they just don't know.
And I let people in. I was getting gas on the way home, and this couple came over, and they liked old cars. And they were young, and I liked that. And the guy said, "Do you mind if we take a picture?" And I finally said to the woman, "Would you like to get a picture sitting inside it?" And she said, "I really would." I said, "I'm filling it up. Go ahead, do what you want to do. If people ask."
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the polite way to do it. But anyway, I did want to say, Mark, and to the trustees and supervisor at Elgin Township, good job with the sign. I was glad to see it. It was about time. We needed it 20 years ago. We just didn't have the money. So anyway, it's great to see you got it. So thanks again, guys. So anyway.
Well, thank you, Pat. Thanks for the compliment.
Let other callers come in. Yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
844. Mm-hmm. You're at WRMN. One more call, talking about the RNC convention a little bit last night in Milwaukee, or whatever's on your mind, car shows, cars. I was on Sunday passing out flyers, and I guess it's acceptable to lay flyers in the front seats of classic cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's become kind of exciting. But when I do it, I almost like toss it in like a paper airplane a little bit. I don't touch the car. I just sort of fly it in there on top of the other flyers that are already sitting in there.
I'm not always a fan of it, but everybody does it. I've left, like Sycamore, you could leave with like a catalog depth of them, you know?
Yeah.
And you try to make your interior look nice, and if they kind of float in, then they're on the floor, and it's how you spread the word, but it's not always my favorite thing either.
Right. It's 8:45. One more phone call here, and it's going to be James, believe it or not. Good morning, James.
Hey, guys.
What's happening, man?
I'm listening to you.
Thanks.
I'd like to comment on something you guys were just discussing about politics and how these candidates can trash each other and then turn around and be hugging each other, like it's a love fest. And there's a word that covers that. It's called hypocrisy.
Yes.
And it's hypocrisy. And if you know anything about body language, I was watching when Haley was talking. I was watching Trump's facial expressions, and to me, you could see he realizes she is still a big phony. Now, moving on, there's an old saying. It's politics makes strange bedfellows.
Yes.
And I think it applies in both cases, as you stated, when Biden picked Kamala Harris for his running mate, or whoever picked her for his running mate. Maybe he didn't. He was probably sleeping. But the thing is that pick was strictly to cover the bases. She's a female. She's extremely far left, and she's biracial. And I think the first inclination nowadays is to take the DEI route and pick a minority of some sort for your running mate. Now, Trump didn't do that. But I think a few days back you asked me a question, who I thought was going to be his pick. And I responded by saying, I really don't know. It's too soon, whatever my response was. But who I had in the back of my mind were two guys of that short list. And one was Burgum from North Dakota, the current governor of North Dakota, who's a brilliant businessman. And the other was J.D. Vance. Why did I pick those two? They're not minorities, obviously. You know, they're from the white privilege, what is assumed to be from the white privilege segment of society. But Vance, you mentioned his book. You mentioned his the movie, which was produced by Ron Howard. I encourage everybody to see that movie because it shows the huge the huge adversity that he had to live through in the early stages of his life. Being raised by a single parent. His mother became a drug addict, alcoholic, he had to work through all of that. But when you consider the fact that this young guy starts out at this huge disadvantage, poor family from Kentucky, by the way, so I think he's going to draw a lot of votes that are hugely Democratic in eastern Kentucky. I think he's going to pull some votes there. But aside from that, his personal life shows great fortitude because, you know, when you consider what he's accomplished in about 23 or 25 years, this guy's gone from being raised in a poor environment where he was raised by his grandmother who had to get Meals on Wheels and they had to beg for food. Okay? White privilege? I don't think so. Yeah. And here's a guy that's got a real grasp on the realities of life. He you know, and he goes in the Marine Corps, comes out, goes to college, goes to law school, and by the way, was hired by a prestigious law firm, and had to put up with the legal elite. And you know, so I look at what this guy accomplished in just a short period of time. He's an amazing individual. So I think he was a great pick. He's already being accused of being a Trump clone. Why? Because he's a conservative. I mean, that's it, right? If you're a conservative, you're blackballed. But he's an accomplished individual. He speaks well if you listen to his interviews. But I also read excerpts from his book, which is much more detailed. I'm going to get a copy as soon as I can. Is more detailed than the movie. And those things that I read in those short excerpts online is amazing as far as his background and his loyalty to his family. So anyway, that's all I wanted to comment on. I think they've got a winning. Hopefully, they've got a winning ticket to get us out of this malaise that we've been in for the last 4 years. So
yeah. Anyway,
those are my comments. And there again, I'm sure there's a lot of those Trump derangement folks out there that still aren't going to be able to see or understand anything that's logical. People have to start thinking logically.
Right.
So thanks for letting me in.
All right, Jim.
James,
good
thanks
day,
for the thoughts. Good thoughts.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Interesting things about J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be interesting to learn more about him.
I know.
8:51 here at WRMN. 847-931-1410. Open lines now. A few minutes left in the show.
Right.
Kind of too late to take a break at this point. We'll just sail on through.
We'll just sail on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Country Carl checks in on YouTube. He says, hello to all. Good morning. Wishing you all well. Be safe. Live long. Love great. Powerful words from Country Carl.
From the country one.
Yes. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you back in town here soon, Carl. The Dutchman's Wood Shack with his powerful words. Good morning. Coffee's up. We got Basic Brendan checking in. He always has powerful words, too.
Yeah. He's kind of a fact man. He doesn't candy coat things.
Basic Brendan, the fact man.
Yes.
Chicago Dogs beat the Milwaukee Milkmen last night, says Basic Brendan.
Okay.
Final score was 4-3. The Chicago Dogs a winner over the Milwaukee Milkmen. That's a great name.
Yeah.
The Milkmen. I love that.
I know.
I love some nicknames, well-chosen nicknames of minor league teams.
Oh, yeah, minor league. They're great. They're really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Sultan of South Elgin commenting on what Jubilant Julie was talking about earlier this morning about the July 4th being the French Independence Day. Bastille Day.
Yes.
Robespierre and the Jacobins were overthrown in the late 1700s.
You know, it's not just entertainment here. It's education, too.
Yeah. BHB says, good thing that Christopher Morel is playing in this day and age. Try that back in the Gibson or Nolan Ryan days.
He'd have a ball that would just be implanted in his noggin.
I really want to like Christopher Morel.
Oh, me too.
He's just like his It's like he practiced that trot.
I think many young ball players, there's not a lot of impromptu reactions. I think it's all scripted.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think that they wake up every day and think, what's a highlight today? What's going to, does a team win? That's not a highlight for me. What's my highlight for the day?
I guess.
Yeah.
It's, what you said earlier this season about Christopher Morel is held true at third base. I mean, they've tried. And I think that Craig Counsell has just kept on saying, well, you're just going to play third base until you get it right. But then he can't stick with that.
There might not be time for that.
No.
That would be like saying I have to work here till I'm good on the radio. There's not time for that.
So now every day it's Miles Mastroboni playing third base or David Bodie playing third base. It would have been Matt Madrigal, but he broke his hand when he was sent to the minor leagues.
Yeah.
In his first game down at AAA. See, they shouldn't have sent him down.
See that, Craig? So there.
So you got a bunch of light-hitting guys playing third base, which is not the normal thing. But you know what? If there's enough guys hitting in the rest of the lineup, you need a good third baseman at third base.
It's nice to have defense, but most of the time through history, there have been better than serviceable third basemen who could hit.
Yeah.
And they were like power hitters. And that's a failure in a lot of teams, actually, that they.
You're right.
Yeah. Although I keep hearing people talk, and I do understand and admit it, that my look at baseball is really deeply seated in old-time baseball. I think about that a third baseman should be a power hitter. First baseman should be a power hitter.
Yeah, left fielder.
Yes, and maybe that is gone. Maybe that's changed. I don't know. I'd be willing to admit it if I am wrong. I just seem to remember success with that.
Yeah, the corner players.
Yes.
First base, third base, left field, right field.
Yes.
It'd be nice if your catcher could also be kind of a power hitter.
At least be a risk, right? Not bad for, maybe not an batting average, but a guy that play him because he can light it up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Center fielder can run.
Yes.
And maybe is fast and can get on base.
Big arm and right.
Yeah, and middle infielders are good defensive players.
That's right. Usually, and a lot of times guys who can get on base and can move ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a base, do some stuff. I think we should get a team to high res, Mark.
I think we'd make a good managerial team. I really do.
I know.
If the players would listen to us.
I think Dean thinks so. He's told me I'm not going to be around here that much longer. I think he thinks I'm moving up.
To the major leagues?
I'm going up, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
8:56. Should we talk about
words in his mouth? I don't want him to think I'm making fun. But,
2 minutes left in the show. We haven't talked about SB Nation. We are talking about sports.
So. It's the perfect segue, Mark.
Right.
We're talking sports. We're talking about Mark and my future in sports.
Yes.
There's a lot hinged out there just waiting for us. Anyway, a good place to go if you're interested in sports is S is in Sports, B is in Blog Nation. There's a blog for any sport you're interested in. To get to SB Nation, you need to get the App Store. Get the SB Nation app for your smartphone or tablet. You can always log in at sbnation.com. When you get there, please check out the Nice on Ice blog. See what everybody Shepherd Price writing about. Then you can go anywhere. Want to chat about the All-Star game? There's a blog.
Yeah.
Want to talk about
Milwaukee Milkmen?
I don't know if there is.
Oh.
Yeah, you may be testing where I said there's a blog. I don't know if there's a Milkman blog or not, or if it would mean Milwaukee. I don't know any of that stuff. But for most things, there is a blog. A lot of people shy away from leaving their opinion because in this world that can leave you open to catching a lot of flack. You don't have to leave your opinion if you don't want to. What I like best about it is you can go there when you want to. So do us all a favor. Check out SB Nation, see if sports blogging is for you.
Thanks for all the comments. Dino checks in this morning. God morning, FRV. First shift, our guy Larry and Marky B.
Oh, okay. I'm still our guy.
Wishing everyone a great day full of sunshine and happiness.
A little sunshine and happiness would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
I think we got it, Larry.
I'm trying to get back to this mic thing because I'm looking away and I'm not staying on it. And I know these are more directional than I'm giving it credit for today. Yeah. So anyway, see you Friday.
Yeah, thanks for a good show.
Thank you.
By the way, Raging Richard says the American League has won 10 of the last 11 All-Star games.
I know it. We got to find something to like, don't we, Rich?
Right.
Yeah.
Cling to the American League, Rich.
Yeah.
Amboy Jeff checking in. Good morning, Marky B and Larry. And Different Brendan says, neither of you could be worse than Pedro Grifal. Oh, if you and I took over as a baseball team.
Oh, we don't want to be managers, so we want to be the make the big decisions.
You could be the GM. Maybe I can manage.
Nah.
Okay, well.
We'll see. We'll work that out. There's time.
We'll talk to you Friday.
Thanks, pal.
Another hour of the first shift coming up. Music coming up next hour. Stay tuned.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 9 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. Governor J.B. Pritzker yesterday, alongside the Illinois Department of Transportation, inaugurated a new campus for PACE. The $40 million initiative, funded through a combination of local, state, and federal money, is part of the Rebuild Illinois program and is set to invest in electric busing in Illinois. A shots-fired incident on Tuesday has led to the arrest of 21-year-old Luis G. Flores. Elgin police, responding to reports of gunfire on Cooper Avenue, apprehended Flores, who is now facing multiple charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, alongside a charge of DUI. The Elgin Police Department is set to conclude this season's Walk and Talk series on July 18th, starting at 10 a.m. near the intersection of Linden Avenue and Forest Avenue. Community members are, of course, invited to come and engage directly with local law enforcement during the Walk and Talk event. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
As the Elgin Police Department continues to participate in the Distracted Driving campaign, they wanted to share some tips from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website regarding safe driving. If you are expecting a text or need to send one, pull over and park your car in a safe location. Once you are safely off the road and parked, it's safe to text. Designate your passenger as your designated texter. Allow them to access your phone to respond to calls or messages. Do not engage in social media scrolling or messaging while driving. Are you struggling not to text and drive? Activate your phone's Do Not Disturb feature or put your cell phone in the trunk, the glove box, or the back seat of your vehicle until you arrive at your destination. Remember, the Elgin Police are conducting directed patrols to enforce distracted driving violations. Just drive and stay safe. A message from our friends at the Elgin Police Department and your friends here at WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Teams around the NFL getting set to report to training camp. Bears rookies have already reported to camp. That includes top overall pick Caleb Williams, who signed his 4-year deal with the team. The 22-year-old inked his $39 million rookie contract, which includes a $25.5 million signing bonus. 9th overall pick Rome Odunze also signed his rookie contract on Tuesday. Chiefs rookies are already in camp. Veterans due in on the 20th. Kansas City looking to win its 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
I'm extremely excited. I mean, we added a lot of speed. Obviously, y'all know that. But we also added just players in every single position group. And I'm excited for the offense to go out there and attack.
Chiefs head coach Andy Reid.
It all starts from scratch. I mean, it happens over. We talked about it in the offseason, and the guys have been ready to go.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
As part of summer's greatest hits, it's the first ever Macy's All-Star Week. Join us for an incredible lineup of live events in-store every day, like fashion shows, beauty demos, and more fun for the family. Now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Plus, shop our best summer deals, like 50% off swim, sandals, and more. And exclusives just for Star Rewards members. You don't want to miss this. Go to Macys.com/events to see what's at your local store. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured. Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Massiano's Pizza and Pastaria of Elgin. There is one inexhaustible aspect of everyday life that never dulls, namely the simple pleasure of eating and drinking. Massiano's wants to make sure that this is the best part of your day. Visit Massianos.com and sign up to view their special offers all year long. Delivery, carry out, or dine in, enjoy it anyway, because life is good at Massiano's.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge, proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
Beef Villa's 3 locations offer much more than their signature Italian beef. Try the Italian sausage, roasted chicken, and more. There's a big variety of delicious side dishes. Beef Villa uses quality ingredients from homemade recipes, and they purchase top-of-the-quality food products from their vendors to bring you the absolute best tasting of foods. Beef Villa's great service and quality are waiting for you, but you won't be waiting long because it's always hot and fresh. Visit beefvilla.com.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It is 9:08. It's the final hour of today's first shift. Join me tomorrow morning for the first shift starting at 6 a.m. And then on Friday, Larry and Jakes are here with me between 7 and 9. And Tim Calderwood is on with me at 8:40 tomorrow on Friday morning to talk about sports. Get an update on the Schaumburg Boomers, and I guess we'll talk about the second half of the Major League Baseball season and start to chat about football a little bit, perhaps. Not too far away. That's Friday morning. Let's see. Today at 10, it's Brian Kilmeade. A couple of hours, more talk about the Republican National Convention from last night and other news coverage from Brian Kilmeade. Noon today, Sonar takes you out to lunch, noon until 2. Democracy Now! Covers the news from 2 until 3. And then Matt's got his afternoon show, the Afternoon Drive show from 3 until 6 today. Lots of great information from Matt. All right, it's 9:09 here at WRMN. What a beautiful, beautiful day. And let's start by checking the weather forecast for the next few days. We're at 76 degrees this hour. A few clouds, winds out of the northwest at 9. And we're not going to really advance the temperature too much today. We're at 76 right now, only headed for a high of about 79. It's only 9:09, so you'd think we'd get up in the 80s, but it's going to kind of stay the way it is. 76 headed for 79. Mostly clear tonight with a low of 56. You can turn the air conditioner off and maybe give it a good pat on the side and say, thanks for doing so well for me lately. Take the evening off. Clear skies, a low of 56 tonight. Mostly sunny and 76 tomorrow. 56 and clear again tomorrow night. For Friday, sunshine with a high of 80. Lower 80s all through the weekend. 81 for Saturday and 82 for Sunday. No mention of rain in this forecast at all until next Tuesday at the earliest. So we'll see if that's true. And very rainy this summer. 10 past 9 right now. And we are currently at 76 degrees. We'll take your requests this hour. If you have any thoughts, I'll share them with you. You can go to the Beehive Bar and Grill on YouTube and buzz us on the chat room at WRMN Radio on YouTube. You can go to the information line. Send me a text at 505-926-1410. Or you can call the station, too, at 847-931-1410 to be a part of the music hour. Genius George has made his request for the hour, so we will work that in to this set of songs, which a lot of it is based on what occurred on this date in music history. Got a good little rock block to get us started in this 9 o'clock hour today. And I think we'll start with a good solid rock song from Bruce Springsteen. I think this is my favorite Bruce Springsteen song. And why was Bruce in the news on this day in history? July of 2011, July 17th of 2011, Springsteen made a surprise appearance at a tribute to Clarence Clemens at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park, New Jersey. The Boss played a 45-minute set to an intimate crowd of 400 people. Clarence Clemens, who died on June 18th of this year, was a prominent member of Bruce Springsteen's East Street Band, playing the tenor sax with him since 1971. Springsteen and Clemens had first met at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park. And so based on that occurrence in music history, that's the way we're going to start with a little bit of the Boss today. It's Bruce Springsteen to start us off here in the More Music Hour with a great song called Hungry Heart. Got some Kansas on the way, maybe some Thin Lizzy in this little rock block to get us started. It's 9:12 on WRMN. The Boss and Hungry Heart.
Got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. I went out for a
Springsteen to Kansas. This is a little bit of a deeper cut from Kansas, but it's a song I always like. A song called Hold On.
And tell me just what you see. What have the years of your life taught you to be? Innocence dying in so many ways. Things that you dream of are lost in the haze. Hold on, baby, hold on, 'cause it's closer than you think, and you're standing on the brink. Hold on, baby, hold on, 'cause there's something on the way. Your tomorrow's not the same as today. Don't you recall what you felt when you weren't alone? Someone who stood by your side, a face you have known. Where do you run when it's too much to bear? Who do you turn to in need when nobody's there? Hold on, baby, hold on, 'cause it's closer than you think, and you're standing on the brink. Hold on, baby, hold on, 'cause there's something on the way. Your tomorrow's not the same as today. Outside your door, he is waiting for you. Sooner or later, you know he's got to come through. No hesitation and no holding back. Let it all go and you know you're on the right track. Hold on, baby, hold on. Hold on to me, baby. Closer than you think, and you're standing on the brink. Hold on, baby, hold on. Yeah, I need you by my side. Your tomorrow's not the same. Hold on, baby, hold on. I got to talk to you, baby. Closer than you think, and you're standing on the brink. Hold on, baby, hold on. There's something around the corner. Your tomorrow's not the same. Hold I am just a cowboy, lonesome on the trail. A starry night, a campfire light. The coyote call and the howling winds wail. So I'll ride out to the old sundown. I am just a cowboy, lonesome on the trail. Lord, I'm just princess. I did not know her name. Lord, all these southern girls, they seem the same. Down below the border, in a town in Mexico, I got my job busting broncs for the rodeo. Roll me over and turn me around. Let me keep spinning till I hit the ground. Roll me over and let me go. Running free with a buffalo. Here I go. Roll me over and I'll turn around. And I'll move my fingers up and down, up and down. It's okay, amigo. Just let me go. Riding in the rodeo. Roll me over and turn me around. Let me keep spinning till I hit the ground. Roll me over and let me go. Ride me in the rodeo. Roll me over and set me free. Cowboy's life is the life of me.
Thin Lizzy. It's 9:24 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube, taking you through the more music hour. Marky B, enjoying myself, playing some tunes. Hope you enjoyed the show with Larry this morning. Had a good time today. A little sluggish at first, but I think we shook off the rust and had a pretty good 8 o'clock hour. Thanks for the phone calls. Thanks for helping out this morning. Larry back on Friday. I'll do my thing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning on the show, I'll have a trivia, and I'll have a pair of tickets to give away to the Wisconsin State Fair. How about that? Wisconsin State Fair in West Allis, which is basically Milwaukee, I'm told. Taking place August the 1st through the 11th, and so that'll be our trivia prize for the 8:50 segment tomorrow. If you want to go to the Wisconsin State Fair, I believe it's the 1st through the 11th of August. I got to check with Mayor Dave Captain. We'll see if the mayor is going to be on tomorrow morning. I haven't chatted with the mayor here lately, and I would have thought that last Thursday would have been his Thursday. We had Brian Anderson last Thursday, and Don't know. So, we'll see. Maybe Mayor Dave Captain tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour, or maybe we'll skip this month. We'll have to talk to the mayor today and see what he's up to. 9:26 here at WRMN. We played Thin Lizzy in that set, and that was also a little bit of a deeper Thin Lizzy cut, I guess. I've known that song for a while. I like that song. The Cowboy Song. And before that, some Kansas. And again, a bit of a deeper cut. I could play Carry On, Wayward Son, right? But Hold On came to mind. Another Kansas song that I liked when I listened to Kansas music. A couple of things from this day in music history. Robbie Steinhardt, American rock violinist, died from complications in 2021. Complications of acute pancreatitis, age 71, pancreatitis, rather. He was the guy that you heard playing the violin in that Kansas song. And that's the reason for some Kansas this morning. Best known for his work with Kansas, for which he was the co-lead singer and I guess a violinist, the co-lead singer along with keyboardist Steve Walsh in Kansas. We started the set with some Bruce Springsteen, and let's see, why do we play that Thin Lizzy today? 1979, Gary Moore left Thin Lizzy. During a U.S. tour, he was replaced by ex-Slick and Rich Kids guitarist Midge Ure. If you're keeping score at home and you care.
Wow.
Welcome to the band Midge Ure. Nice name.
Wow.
Cowboy Song. Coming up, I have some Irene Cara queued up. We may have that. I have a Howard Jones maybe on the way, The Temptations, and America. Those are the four artists that I have queued up right now. That could change. And you're welcome to make a request, too. I got to get that George song up there. I'll do that during this upcoming news break. The request from our friend, First Shifter Genius George. And I'll have to find where I wrote that down. Maybe on my phone. Maybe it's a text on my phone. 9:28 here at WRMN. Beautiful outside. Thanks, everybody, for chatting with us today. On YouTube, Jubilant Julia said, yeah, it's Bastille Day. Thanks, Cleveland Dennis, for reminding me of that. I think it might have been South Elgin Chris that said that, but thanks for listening, Jubilant Julia. A couple of other items from this day in music history. On this day, in 1967, a guy that you hear me play his jazz music quite often as my background music here on the show, John Coltrane, died. He was only 40 years old, died in 1967 from liver cancer. He was broadly influential, a jazz saxophonist and composer. Born in North Carolina, raised in Philadelphia, Coltrane rose to fame as a member of Miles Davis's Pathfinding Quintet in the 1950s and played on several of the trumpeter's key albums, including 1959's Kind of Blue. Coltrane's stellar solo career, which took flight in the late 50s, he was very young, saw him push the frontiers of modern jazz with groundbreaking albums such as Giant Steps, My Favorite Things, and A Love Supreme, the latter sowing the seeds for the spiritual jazz movement. John Coltrane died age 40, 1967 on this day. Also, speaking of jazz, 1959, legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday died at the age of 44. Born Eleonora Fagan in Philadelphia, Lady Day was noted for her plaintive tone as well as her heightened musical sensitivity, whatever that means. Among her signature songs was the civil rights anthem Strange Fruit, as well as the self-written Lady Sings the Blues and God Bless the Child. Despite the success of Billie Holiday, the influential singer did not have an easy life. She struggled with addictions, legal troubles, and several abusive relationships. and she died on this day in 1959 at the age of 44. It's 9:31 here at WRMN, AM 1410, and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. It's a beautiful morning, 76 degrees this hour, as we take you through this hour of the More Music Morning here on WRMN. Ryan Kilmeade next hour, and Sonar has Out to Lunch coming up for you at noon today. Let's catch a little news update now. As I mentioned, 76 degrees. We're headed for a 79-degree high today. A beautiful set of days in store as we start to make our way into the second half of July. WRMN News Time is 9:32. Today is the 199th day of the year. July 17th. Good morning.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. The Elgin Police Department is set to conclude this season's Walk and Talk series on July 18th, starting at 10 a.m. near the intersection of Linden Avenue and Forest Avenue. Community members are, of course, invited to come and engage directly with local law enforcement during the Walk and Talk event. Governor J.B. Pritzker yesterday, alongside the Illinois Department of Transportation, inaugurated a new campus for PACE. The $40 million initiative, funded through a combination of local, state, and federal money, is part of the Rebuild Illinois program and is set to invest in electric busing in Illinois. A shots fired incident on Tuesday has led to the arrest of 21-year-old Luis G. Flores. Elgin police, responding to reports of gunfire on Cooper Avenue, apprehended Flores, who is now facing multiple charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, alongside a charge of DUI. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Adrenaline Monkey is located inside the Life Zone 360 building on Route 72 in West Dundee. Release your inner wild child at Adrenaline Monkey. It's the area's highest octane indoor adventure center. Perfect for the whole family, too. Adventurers of all ages can try Ninja Warrior obstacles, rock climbing, vertical adventures, and aerial course. Adrenaline Monkey can also host your organization's team building programs. Half-day and full-day sessions are available. Visit adrenalinemonkeyfun.com/WD.
Bender Dental Care, located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Bender Dental wants everyone to be informed, appreciated, and cared for at all times. To prove it, they now offer a new patient exam for just $29. That includes consult, x-ray, exam, and cleaning. Let Bender Dental help you have healthy teeth and gums for a lifetime. Located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Visit benderdentalcare.com.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. At the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby on Monday, Dodgers star Teoscar Hernandez took the crown. He beat Kansas City Royals star Bobby Witt Jr. 14-13 in the final round to claim the $1 million prize. Hernandez was handed the official Derby winner's chain by his former Blue Jays teammate and 2023 Home Run Derby winner Vlad Guerrero Jr. Hernandez is the first Dodgers player and 7th Dominican-born player to win the Home Run Derby. He reached the finals, besting Philadelphia's Alec Bohm in a swing-off. Witt advanced to the finals, knocking Cleveland's Jose Ramirez out of the contest. The Baseball All-Star Game is tonight. Orioles ace Corbin Burns gets the start for the American League. Pirates rookie phenom Paul Skeens gets the nod for the National League. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
As part of summer's greatest hits, it's the first ever Macy's All-Star Week. Join us for an incredible lineup of live events in store every day, like fashion shows, beauty demos, and more fun for the family. Now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Plus, shop our best summer deals, like 50% off swim, sandals, and more, and exclusives just for Star Rewards members. You don't want to miss this. Go to Macys.com/events to see what's at your local store. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Love that commercial. 9:37 here at WRMN on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. 76 degrees, headed for a high of 79. Just about the perfect day on the way weather-wise. Time to get into more of our More Music Morning. More Music Hour, at least. And let's see. I have George's song queued up here, and we'll play that in just a few moments. A song called Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. And we'll see how that sounds coming up in just a few moments. But as we start this next music set, I think I'm going to start with some Howard Jones this time around. This is a nice song. Not playing it for a nice reason, though. On this date in music history, Howard Jones had a drummer, and that drummer committed suicide. Kevin Wilkinson, the 41-year-old drummer with Howard Jones, took his own life. He had also worked with China Crisis, Holly and the Italians, Squeeze, and the Waterboys. No one is to blame.
You can look at the menu, but you just can't eat. You can feel the cushions, but you can't have a seat. You can dip your foot in the pool, but you can't have a swim. You can feel the punishment, but you can't commit the sin. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone.
Irene Cara. This date, 1982, number 1 on the UK singles chart with this song, Fame, based on the hit television series about a New York drama school. Irene Cara. A request from Genius George, Natalie Imbruglia.
I thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I adore. You don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. The conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller's right. should have seen just what was there and not some holy light. But you crawled beneath my veins and now I don't care, I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things that I can't touch. I'm torn, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. There's nothing where he used to lie. My inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, bound and broken on the floor. You're a little late, I'm already torn.
Natalie Imbruglia with Torn during the More Music Hour here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube on this your Wednesday morning. Yes, George. Yes. Thanks for that request. He mentioned that song during my show with Larry today, and at the time we didn't know the song by title nor by artist, but I did know the song by song. Once I heard it, I did know that song. Good song, good request by George. It's 9:50 here at WRMN. 58 Mike made a request. We'll see if we can maybe squeeze it in. We have a few minutes left here during the More Music Hour today. Let's see. JJ Call. I'm not too familiar with that artist either, so I'll see if I can come up with a song from JJ Call. Again, maybe it's something I know once I type it in. 9:51 here at WRMN, and coming up next hour, Brian Kilmeade. Sonar's got out to lunch today at 2, then Democracy Now!, followed by Middays or your afternoon drive with Matt this afternoon from 3 until 6. Keep it right here. We're trying to go live and local more often all the time. And we'll continue to move in that direction. The Radio Shopping Show, don't forget, comes your way on Saturday mornings now. And Matt will have that for you from 8 until 12 with our Redemption Center open Saturdays only right now. And that is from 9 to 3 on Saturdays here at 14 Douglas Avenue here in downtown Elgin. All right, we'll finish up the More Music Hour coming up in just a moment here on WRMN.
Let me tell you a story about Bill. Bill was a normal guy in his 50s. He had back surgery about 2 years ago. Bill was in a lot of pain. He dealt with his pain by taking the Percocets his doctor prescribed for him. Bill took more and more and more of them to help with the pain, until one day the prescriptions weren't enough to get rid of Bill's pain. Then one day Bill found someone to help him get rid of the pain with illegal drugs he didn't need a prescription for. Fast forward to today. Bill lost his job and his family. The only thing he does have is his drug dealer. If you know Bill's story and you don't want to end up like Bill, call the Detox and Treatment Helpline right now to get away and get treatment.
800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. Call right now. Help is standing by. 800-694-1127.
Beef Villa is a family-owned restaurant that has been in business for over 50 years. With homemade recipes made with quality ingredients, Beef Villa's great service and quality is served hot and fast. For the menu, catering locations, or for an application to join the Beef Villa team, visit beefvilla.com. Saturdays mean cruise nights, weather permitting, on Spring Street in South Elgin. Visit beefvilla.com.
Schaumburg Boomers fans, join us at Wintrust Field July 19th through the 21st when the Schaumburg Boomers take on the Gateway Grizzlies. July 19th at 6:30 p.m. is Harry Potter Night. The first 1,500 fans will receive a Harry Potter house scarf. Gryffindor and Hufflepuff scarves will be handed out at the first base gate, and Slytherin and Ravenclaw scarves will be handed out at the third base gate. Enjoy character appearances and more. Accio ESPN Chicago's David Kaplan with a special appearance and meet and greet. Stay for the post-game fireworks. July 20th at 6:30 p.m., the first 1,500 fans will receive a 42-ounce Boomers tumbler thanks to Miss Sumi, and also enjoy post-game fireworks.
Roll into Bolero in Algonquin or Roselle and wake up with a story to tell. Bolero is bowling, gaming, dining, and nightlife with a twist. Score a sweet deal every day of the week and save big by checking out the daily deals online. Team up with your friends and hit the lanes by forming your own social club. Clubs offer lively competition and laid-back fun for everyone. From beginners to pros, make new friends, bowl, and hang out at a happening place. Visit Bolero.com.
Overtime. You want to work less of it, so you need your crop protection to work more of it. When you add Taparan or Last Chance Pro adjuvants from CHS, they will. Designed for maximum efficacy, Last Chance Pro improves the uptake and translocation of herbicides, while Taparan helps activate herbicides for better performance against tough-to-control weeds. Ask your local CHS retailer how Taparan and Last Chance Pro adjuvants can put your crop protection to work.
All right, it is 9:54, time for one more song to take us out of our More Music Hour today. And just in the nick of time, I was able to find the song, or a song, by the artist that 58 Mike requested. So that's the way we'll go out today. It's J.J. Cale. And he's playing his version of Call Me the Breeze. The version that I know is by Leonard Skinner. So let's see what this version has to offer. Call Me the Breeze by J.J. Cale. Brian Kilmeade next hour. Sonar at noon, and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with another edition of the first shift on the 200th day of the year. That's tomorrow. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. We're looking for a high of 79 today. Plenty of sunshine. We're sitting at 76 right now. Thanks for listening to the Talk of the Town with a little music twist every now and then, too. It's WRMN AM 1410. And WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right. Kill the Jazz producer. Thank you. You're welcome. And now J.J. Cale.
Shuffle on down to Broadway. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Call me the breeze. I keep low and low. They call me the breeze. I keep blowing and low. I ain't got me nobody. I ain't had me no low. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. I ain't hiding from nobody, ain't nobody.
Mike, and a nice request, J.J. Cale's version of Call Me the Breeze. Enjoy the nice calm breeze and beautiful sunshine today as we head for a high of 79. That wraps up the show. Top of the hour news, followed up by Brian Kilmeade, and then Sonar with Out to Lunch. Keep it right here on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
WRMN has been serving Elgin and the Fox Valley for 75 years, featuring a combination of local news, information, and entertainment in the mornings, followed by the radio shopping show for 5 hours each weekday. The first shift with Marky B starts your morning at 6 a.m., and it's always fun when Larry Jones is a part of the show.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
Can't haze, you'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have